Hi. There's already people to chat. What the? What? I'm like setting up. Hi, Rain. And I see little messages popping up. Like, oh shit, did I hit the live button? No. Hi, Gail. I think Kitsua's there. Hi, Kitsua. It's just like, it scared me. I guess it's like kind of expected to happen since I'm really consistent about my start time, but it still scared me. Okay. Exercises. Hi, Icy Fire. I slept way too much yesterday. I took like 3 naps. And they were all kind of short. They were all like 2-3 hours, but it's just like, oh, I end a stream. I fall asleep. Oh, I get out of VR. I fall asleep. Oh, I record a video. I fall asleep. Oh, I wake up at 2 a.m. and watch Core and Foss for a little bit. I fall asleep. Oh. That one I just lost my footing there and just fell on my knee. Ow. I am glad I am on a carpet. Well, a rug, not a carpet. Hi, Kisua. Oh, I just heard a pop in my back. That shit's great. Hi, Global. Hi, Senril. What am I feeling? Why does it feel spiky? You got home yesterday and your body said nope? Perished in a voice chat? Hell yeah. Hi, Shirkan. Trying to make Crocs fashionable. I'm trying to get rid of these fucking suckers. But I'm also trying to not guilt trip Shin Kozen. Fever? Oh, wait. No. Okay, Icy Fire was the one that died yesterday. What are you saying fever for, Global? We're ready to walk. We're ready to walk. You have a fever of 105? I think if you have 104, you go to the hospital. Oh, I need to do this. Yeah. Where's my mouse? Like, actually, where is my mouse? There it is. Hey, we're walking in High Mountain. Yeah, it's over 104.1 is when you at least go to urgent care. Yeah. 105 is like, hey, you might die. Can't stay long at work, have a comfy walk, or don't live your life. Icy Fire, it's always a comfy walk. As long as like even one person comes in and says hi, I'm like, Pog, this was a good walk. And you guys fucking shower me in attention, which makes my heart fucking melt, and we're top of the world. I hope work goes fast, Icy Fire. We should drag Core in here. Core joins now and then. Core is not a morning person. She's usually awake at this time, but she's like in and out of sleep. She'll wake up, be awake for 20 minutes, and then start snoring again. Wake up, fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep. 89-degree walk, let's go. You know how to make it 6 degrees. But, what was I saying? Yeah, Core. She's not a morning person. And I kind of understand it, because now that I'm, like, putting all my energy in the mornings and trying to, like, entertain stream, sometimes I'll go on her stream, and I'll just be like, we're just vibing now. This zone was weird. Hi, Smile. Hearing you guys shower me, followed by the silence of buffering, is always fun. I mean, so the first thing you think of with showering, absolutely not. We would never do a golden shower. That's just an absolutely not never. There's a few other showers we might do. Global, get out of here and go get seen. Your sleep is all wonky now? My sleep is wonky. And honestly, I think it's because of Baldur's Gate. I think after stream, I kind of like stress out about Baldur's Gate, and I don't know why. And so like I just end up sleeping. And I need to tell Lost One, like, hey, we're gonna set up these days. We're gonna play it this day and this day, and we're gonna get 2 days a week of playing Baldur's. But you've had golden showers, you've played Terraria. You're not fucking wrong, Gale. When I played with Aiko, he fucking loves that weapon. D's outside your window, you can't leave. That sounds like a skill issue and a personal problem. That was not the first kind of shower you were thinking of? You were thinking normal showers? What is D? Okay, so D is a streamer named Dice Queen D, who is extremely gremlin. Hi, Lost One. That's a good question. What is D? Normal showers. Normal showers I take daily. You can't not take a shower after walking 5 miles. Break over, yeet, bye, hope it goes fast. With no, I used to be the type of hi, Air. I used to be the type of person who was like, oh, I didn't do anything like strenuous today, so I didn't sweat and get gross. I don't need a shower today. And so I would take a shower like once every 2 or 3 days, which is kind of gross. I'm a biologist, I know it's gross. Now that I sweat every day, I shower every day. Now that I shower every day, I moisturize every day. Now that I moisturize every day, my skin is fucking soft. This shit rules. 105.8 is where organ failure can start. So, like, Kiswa, I don't think global is actually at a 105 fever. I have a feeling it's probably like 102, 103. And it peaked at 105, and they're, like, embellishing a little. You break a sweat walking? I do break a sweat walking! After 5 miles, yes! And you would too! Fine, let me take my temperature. Fever is breaking. Alright guys, here's the deal. I'm gonna record all my videos at daytime in World of Warcraft so we get gorgeous skylines. What the fuck is this fucking Skyward Sword poop air sky that I'm looking at right now? Yeah, this is not a beautiful skyline. I'm like noticing, I'm like, what the fuck? Tons of people are pains in the butts. I'm a pain in the butt. I don't like going to the doctor. I break a sweat sitting in an air-conditioned room, but that's mostly stress sweat. Oh my god, smiled. No. This is Brown. When it comes to going to the... I'm the absolute worst with going to the doctor. I haven't had a checkup in 14 years. And that's really bad. Well, I'm in America, and it costs money. Hi, Happy. I also haven't been to the dentist in 4 years. Lots of... Here's the thing, Kitsua. Even if you're insured, it's lots of money. If you have insurance, you have a deductible. And so insurance won't do shit until you spend like $5,000. So if you're paycheck to paycheck and have insurance, you still just can't go to the doctor. That's for more serious stuff, at least. Yeah, so a lot of things won't be on the deductible. I don't think dental usually is. You're part of the I Will Get Better Die group? I'm kind of part of that group. For preventative care, they do it first. Usually. I've been on an insurance plan where I wasn't. Hi, Sen.
Hi.
Are you off today?
Kinda. It's like I would be off today, but I didn't really get any answers to something I was working on yesterday, so I'm gonna go in.
Do you ever get to work from home?
I'm 100% work from home.
Oh, you just said go in, so I was like, oh shit, you have to go to the office? That sucks, but okay.
Well, my office being that room.
Yeah.
Although I moved my office to my bedroom, which I don't like to do, but it's a lot quieter there. Yeah, I very much like having my PC set up separate from the room I sleep in. Hi, West. I sleep a lot better when I'm not in the same room as my computer. But here's my problem. If I want to sleep better, I could turn my computer off, right? You know, I could just turn it off every night. But then I'm not getting channel points for the channels that are live when I'm asleep. And I want those channel points. You haven't been to a dentist in 10 years, so yeah, same. Here's the really bad thing, Kitsua. When I moved back to Missouri a year ago, my father was like, you have to have health insurance. We're kicking you out if you don't have health insurance. And I was like, ugh, fine. And so I got insurance through the state. And they're like, oh yeah, you don't make any money. So your health insurance is free. Like everything. Doctor's visits, dental visits. And in fact, we'll even pay you money to go to the dentist and doctor. We'll give you $25 to go to the dentist and like $30 to go to the doctor. And I'm just like, but I still don't wanna. I have it like ingrained in me, oh, it's just going to be money. They're just going to tell me, like, I need this and this and this. And I just don't want to deal with the hassle. Everything's fine and working right now. What's crazy is it's Missouri. It's a conservative state. And they have, like, apparently great fucking healthcare, which is like, wait, what? Huh? Euland is going to collapse. I'm not going to collapse. I'm literally healthier than ever. In fact, speaking of health, I did my meal prep yesterday.
Oh?
I cooked rice in pressure cooker. Then I added red beans to that, 2 cans of red beans. And then I cooked ground beef in the pressure cooker, which, by the way, ground beef in a pressure cooker is really good because it drains literally all of the grease out. Like, you just get perfectly fluffy meat from it. And it's just like, damn, hi Shere Khan. And it's just like, oh, this works.
Hello.
And so I've mixed all of that in a bowl, and I'm just going to chip away at it over the next 3 days. And happy to discover I fucking like what I'm eating. So I'm like, oh, this is great. I could literally eat this every day for the rest of my life. I don't know if I'll like it that much, but I'll eat it like 5 days a week for the rest of my life. Or at least the next few years. And it's way healthier than the junk I've been having, so yeah. Apparently the secret is beans. Beans are big healthy.
They are. How'd the rice turn out?
It's not my favorite rice. I thought I had my favorite rice, which is Zatarin rice. It's a very southern and fluffy rice, but I'd forgotten, like, a few months ago, my parents were like, we're out of rice, do you have any? And I was like, yeah, just take this. And so they used it all, and I hadn't bought more. And so I had to use just, like, generic white rice. But it still came out really good.
Yeah, it'll absorb all the beef flavor.
Mm-hmm. It is a super cute Sen. Yeah, I have Senril and Shere Khan with me here.
Have I really been this small this entire time?
You've been...
Are you just tall today?
No, you're just that small today. The entire time today. Look, Sen. Size matters. But it doesn't, like, mean everything, okay? I don't care if you're small. I don't care if you're big. It's about the friendship between us. And, you know, if it's not a satisfyingly large enough size, you can just get the clip-on extension.
I just need to find a box to stand on.
Oh my god, you actually should add a box, that avatar that you could just stand on.
I could do that. I mean, I made a bunch of models for that world. I might as well just use one of them.
Mm-hmm. Look at the minis. Hi, Rain.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
But Euland is collecting animal children again. I'm not collecting animal children. Just everybody in VR chat has animal features. This one has cat features. This one has shark features. This one has fox features. You'll pop in again today? Hell yeah.
My overlay is way down there, so I don't know what's being said right now.
You're tiny now. You fit in my palm.
Meow.
Could grab you like this. Depends on how he naps and if I can get him down before you end. True. I'm waiting for GD to make my version of that, and I'm so excited for it. Here was something weird. I was getting ready for stream today, and I switched my YouTube account because I don't want my standard YouTube account flooded by walking video suggestions. And so I switched to the channel that
You don't?
I don't actually. I switched to the channel that uploads the videos. And I'd gotten... Somebody must have found my videos and like shared it with a bunch of their friends or something. I got a bump in subscribers and a bunch of comments that were like, "Oh my god, I love these. These are so cool.
Nice.
I can't wait for you to make more." And on one hand, I'm thinking like, typically I'm posting every day. There's not like a shortage, and there's not a drought of them. So they're gonna get what they want. And one guy was like, "I've spent decades of my life going through these worlds as a warrior in the form of combat and battle. But now I get to go through them as a tourist in times of peace." And I was like, hell yeah, buddy. I'm down to let people RP in my YouTube comments. What are we at? Only at 0.7. Good. Sometimes it's like, I feel like I've walked 5 minutes, and I look at the distance, and it's like, you've done 2.1 miles. I'm like, what?
What?
It just, sometimes it goes so fast. Especially if I'm talking a lot.
2
Which,
miles in 5 minutes? That's bloody fast, yeah.
well, no, it'll feel like it's 5 minutes. It won't actually be 5 minutes. But yeah. Hi, number one Ben Hater. Why did the bike fall?
What?
What bike? Because it was too tired? Alright. Okay. I like the joke. I feel like it needs more of a, the relevance of a bike.
Also, what did Ben do to you?
That's a good question. What did Ben do to you? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I understand Ben might have, like... You know, if Ben stole your girlfriend, you know, we could just say, fuck him. Yeah, why do you hate my uncle? It's raining. You cannot ban them, Lost One. Lost One, the only one I want you to ban for now is bots. If there's a person I want you to ban, I'll let you know. But you're probably just being like, puns, I wanna. Lost One, I mentioned this earlier, but I don't think you were here yet. I'm kind of stressing out about Baldur's. I don't know why. I feel like every day I'm like, I'm open, we can play Baldur's, and then I fall asleep, or just whatever. I need my schedule to revolve around Baldur's. So we need to plan just like 2 days a week to play Baldur's. And I'll let you pick them, because literally any day except Friday works for me.
You need the
Today is
scheduling
Friday.
stuff? No way.
Say that again?
You need scheduling stuff ahead of time.
No, see, that's actually when I do best. If something is scheduled ahead of time, I'll set an alarm. My body will be like, you need to be up at this time, so don't be tired at that time. I absolutely work best when stuff is scheduled. But when things are like, hey, yeah, we'll feel it out, we'll see, my body's just like, this isn't plans. Go to bed.
Or you end up just sitting there for 6 hours waiting. Okay, it'll probably be sometime right about now.
Kinda, I like...
Waiting.
I don't know, it puts me in like I'm waiting and I can't start stuff, but also it's not scheduled so I can start stuff or go to bed. I don't deal well with like, we'll just see and feel it out. I really just want Lawson to be like, these 2 days. It used to take a really long time to fall asleep, and now your body is desperate for sleep. So, when I was work from home and I didn't have schedules, I just went to bed when I was tired. So I would stay up for like 20 hours, and then I'd get to the point where I'm like literally nodding off at my desk, and I'm like, oh, time to go to bed. And I would go sleep for like 7 hours. And I'd fall asleep instantly every time because I was tired. And then I would like be up for 20 hours. I wasn't on a 24-hour schedule. And so I'm going to bed at a different time of the day, but again, I'd be like, I guess it's time to go to bed. You were off this Monday and Tuesday.
You're on a flexible.
You want to do that this week? We'll do Monday and Tuesday. If your off days work best for you, Lost One, then we'll do them on those.
So you were on a flexible schedule when you were working from home?
Yeah, so our work was like, we would get projects, and we had to validate fiber lines. And so we'd get a project, we'd get like the blueprints for fiber lines along pole lines and whatnot, or underground. And we had to request some information at the start of them. Like, hey, what are the, oh god, I'm forgetting what it is. So things like, hey, this pwner has an unknown number. Do we have information available for this power pole? Or, the power poles for a company in a city would have a code. We would need that code. Things like that. And so we would read through the project, get all the information that we needed to request, and then we would send it to the TERF team, which is not TERF. It was like, I don't remember what TERF stands for, but it was like, we need information on this stuff, and we would try to do that in just one email. They got really annoyed if you started sending like 2 or 3 emails for the same project. But we would try to request that at the beginning, and then we would start working through the project, actually moving stuff into the right georeference location. There wasn't much collaboration with others. In the early days, we did have collaborating projects where multiple people were working on projects near each other, and they had to talk to each other a lot, but with our once we upgraded our system, that wasn't a thing. And so it was basically send this email out requesting information. And you needed it by the end of the project. So if you were working on a project for 3 days, if you got to the 3rd day and you're like, oh, I can't finish this project because I don't have that information, that meant you didn't send the email out the 1st day, and you had fucked up. And, but even then, you probably had more than one project, so it wasn't like you were sitting there idling. You would just start your next project before finishing this project. And so, because there was very little collaboration with others, and anytime you did need to talk with people, it was just simple emails could handle this most of the time. It was very easy to just like, we don't care when you work. There would be days where like nobody would message me. And because I was kind of a veteran member on the team compared to a lot of the newer people, I would get some messages that be like, hey, what do I do in this situation, right? But like, if I didn't answer right away, I'd answer them the next time I got on, so it was always within 24 hours.
Yeah.
And they should have other things to do while waiting for my answer. If they needed something answered about, a question about a power pole, they better have 200 other power poles to work on. If their project was just this pole, and they were waiting on me, well, what the fuck? But also, like, there's other people they could ask also. So, typically, I wasn't a quality support representative. So, like, if they were asking me, it meant they were asking somebody who didn't have time to answer them right away. So, yeah, I would just get to start it, like, whenever I wake up. And so, if I was, am I on a treadmill too? I'm going to assume you're talking to Rain there. I'm on a treadmill and Rain is on a treadmill.
Indeed.
Yeah. And so, if I woke up at like 9 p.m., I would probably hang out with Core. And then when she fell asleep, which back then was like 2, 3 a.m., I would just be like, all right, I'm going to go start work. And I would clock in at like 2 or 3 a.m. And I would work for 8 hours. Clock out. I actually fell on a somewhat consistent schedule for a while. And this was really funny. I was having trouble working from home. I was having trouble focusing. I would work really well for an hour, and then the next 7 hours would be like a real slog, and I would struggle. But I found out a way to help me focus, and that was I needed to break my workload every like 20 to 30 minutes. And you know what's perfect for that? Gates and Final Fantasy. And so I would have my home computer logged into Final Fantasy and be at the Golden Saucer. And then on my work computer, I'd be working. And then every 20 minutes, it'd be like, oh, a gate has started. Hi, Boss. It's your fault you won't get access to Ultimates. Boss, you didn't deserve Ultimates, okay? Fuck you. Every 20 minutes, I would go do a gate in the Golden Saucer. And this was when Shine worked at a hotel, Shine Marsh, and he would get home and just kind of chill out from his day at working. And so him and I would just spend like 5 fucking hours doing Golden Saucer gates. Where like I would only be there for 1 to 3 minutes every 20 minutes. And then I would go hyperfixate on work and get a ton of shit done. And then I'd come back and like respond to any messages he sent. And then when I clocked out of work, him and I would just stay in the Golden Saucer and talk the whole time. Alright, I need to catch up. For me, I'd be really tired, like nodding off as well at my desk. But once I laid in bed, it's still about an hour to fall asleep. I used to get that, Kitsua. And I still get it now and then. Where like my eyelids are really heavy. And I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And then I lay down and my eyes are wide awake. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I get back up. And my eyes are tired. And I'm like having trouble keeping my head up. And I'm like, what the fuck, body? They do have other things to do.
Was
they just want an
me
excuse
last
not
night, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
Smile.
laying down in VR.
Mm.
And just like, I'm so tired. I can't really talk right now or keep my eyes open. I'm just gonna wipe out. And then I go to bed. It's like, I am wide awake right now.
I hate it so much, Senral. Throw out your question, boss. Your brain was wondering how Rain doesn't trip in that kimono on a treadmill? As if they're on one at IRL. You can say it, Kitsua. You can say they're just so elegant and pretty looking walking in their kimono. And, you know, I'm like a fucking baboon over here. I get it. Where's your VIP? Here's the thing. I don't know what to do with VIPs. I've kind of just like, oh, there's 3 things I'm considering. Do I give them to the people that have financially supported the stream the most? That feels bad. I don't really like that. Do I give them to the people that are content creators and have supported the stream? You would absolutely get it in that case, boss, because you were the very first person to raid me. I also don't like that because it just feels like it's pay to win, or and it's not pay to win.
Yeah.
There's nothing to win, right? Do I give them to the people that actually join me and want? Well, that's pretty much fucking everyone. I don't have that many VIP badges. I have been considering giving it to the people that have helped me off stream, which right now would be Core, Shircon, and Ramus. Hi, Shine. I was literally just talking about you. Were you here for that? I was talking about the Golden Saucer days.
Giving it to closest friends, that's playing favorites then.
Okay, here's a really small thing that I don't like that I see a lot of streamers do. I don't like it when they give different treatment to different friends. And it's so minor. And it's so like, get the fuck over yourself, Euland. You don't stop comparing your friends. Stop like trying to rank yourself against their friends. It's weird. But like if I see a streamer and like, let's say Gale comes into the chat and I go, hi Gale. And then Shine Marsh comes into the chat and I go, oh my god, Shine Marsh, hi. That makes me feel bad. That makes me feel really bad when I'm the hi Euland and not the oh my god, hi Euland. And so I feel like VIP does the same thing when it's for friends. Where it's like, and I don't want to do that to people. Don't forget to pick up your daily reward, Foss. You weren't, but now you go through the VOD. Yeah, I was just talking about the Golden Saucer days, Shine. You give me one, of course. That way, when I yell at you, people don't think I'm some random cringe person and that I'm your friend. No, Foss, I want them to think you're cringe. I want them to, like... I want you to come in and, like, have to think about saying your shit. And when you say it, the mods that I've acquired over the few months, they're like, yo, do I ban this guy? He's fucking talking shit. And I get to go like, yeah, get rid of him. How dare he? Even though mod would like look at your follow age and look at your poster and be like, oh, they've been posting since before I've been here. They're probably fine. Wow! What the fuck? Sounds like the perfect opportunity to give it to someone who doesn't show up. What is the Daily and Marcus thing? Elon wants you to be the, hey, you still buying feet pics that he is to other people? Oh my god. I love that so much. It's so fun to do. What do you mean, think? I thought we were at the point where we knew Foss was cringe. I mean, so most of the people here know Foss. I've kind of, like, pulled from multiple different communities, and it's kind of interesting to see them all meet each other. A lot of them fucking knew each other. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You knew others? Huh? As you were typing, your cat turned your PC on. Okay, so I've pulled a lot from Foss and the overall, like, Lele community. I've pulled a lot from Core's community, and I've pulled a lot from Leafeon's and Ico community. And it's interesting to see those three groups meet each other. A lot of them know each other, and then a lot of them are, like, becoming fast friends, and it's like, oh, cool. I would never have thought of these two people interacting, and seeing them just bounce off each other in chat and, like, tease me, I'm just like, oh, it warms my heart. But hey, wait, fuck these two. And then... Of
course you would.
I'm going
that sounds like you.
I'm going to move past that comment. And then there's just people that have come on their own. I've gotten a lot of people from the LoFam community. I don't know if I would categorize that as... That's his own community. That's his own community. When I think of LoFam, I think of, like, affiliation to Lele and Core and somewhere between them, but, like... I've known him so long, I forget how big he is as a streamer and how big his community is. I was going to say a couple streamers I watch have VIPs set just for channel points. Yeah, so Aiko does that, Kitsua. And that is very... Why is there no music here? What the heck? Is this just a quiet cave so there's no music? Ugh. You can't believe Lost admitted. No, Lost is a good mod. I've also thought about having VIP be like a fun thing to, like, you know, spend channel points on. Kind of like the VIP roulettes. The VIP roulette in Aiko's channel is actually my idea. Not to, like, toot my own horn. But I'm the one who came up with that. It's... I don't want to go through the effort of doing a VIP roulette. I don't want to do... Unless I could make it more automated. There are days where Aiko has to go in and manually put in, like, 300 marble names into the marbles on stream for, like, custom battle, and I'm like, this is...
I mean, that
I don't...
could be automated, though.
Well, he's tried a few times, and, like, it's just such a hassle that Aiko is pretty tech-savvy. If he's struggling with it, I know I'm going to fucking fail at it. Do it as a spin wheel. So that was the original thought, Kitsua, was that there could only be 6 VIPs, right? Or, like, there could only be 5 VIPs. And it was like 50,000 channel points was a VIP ticket. Code your own program. Hi, Juice. The original idea was that you could have 5 VIPs, and if somebody bought a VIP VIP for, like, let's say 50,000, they didn't just get VIP; they got a wheel spin. And so, let's say they were the first person to get this. There would be 6 slots on the wheel. 5 would say VIP, 1 would say Purge. If they landed on, let's say, slot number 1, that they would put their name on the wheel. And that person would get VIP. And then let's say a second person bought VIP, and they landed on slot number 2, they would get VIP. And then the third person bought VIP. Let's say they landed on slot number 1. Well, what would happen then is that the first person who had it for that slot, they would lose VIP. And the third person who got the ticket who landed on slot 1, they would have VIP. So there'd be 2 VIPs and 3 people would have bought it. And so it'd constantly be changing VIPs in and out. Eventually it'd get to a point where, well, I was going to say all 5 slots would be filled out. However, if you landed on Purge, everybody would just lose VIP. And there would be no VIPs. Now, that sounds super fucking fun. And if I wasn't in VR, I would do that. But because I'm in VR, that shit sounds crazy not fun.
It does sound high effort.
It sounds very like a lot of things to click, and in VR, I could barely click things in VR. It's even worse being in VR and moving on the treadmill. So, if somebody buys a VIP ticket like that, I don't want to spend 5 minutes being like, I'm trying to click it, I'll get it, and bring up a wheel, spin, try to give them VIP, try to find the person that just lost it. Like, if somebody's not in chat, I'm like, how the fuck do I'd have to type out un-VIP this person. It's doable. I just don't want to deal with that.
And then access overlay crashes.
Well, so here's the thing. I keep access overlay for Streamlabs. I don't fucking touch it anymore. If I actually need to type something out, I use the Vive Pro overlay. Or the Steam VR overlay. I am not fucking moving access overlay anymore. Hi, King Dragon. I send my regards. You definitely have to have, like, a starting screen loading up, going live, and then have like 30 minutes where the wheel can be spun before you start walking. And then have it disable the rest of the time. Yeah, it's it's something I would have to constantly be bringing up and down, because I'd want to do the spins as people redeemed them, right? Like, if I was an hour into my walk and somebody redeemed a VIP ticket, I'd want to bring up the wheel right now and spin right now. Because if I'm like, we'll spin, in an hour and a half when I'm done walking, I'm gonna fucking forget. No shot. I struggle to remember to plug my trackers in. So, we have music again. We're out of that dumb cave. That cave was bothering me. I need a drink.
I need one too, actually. Don't put my head on the overload.
The thing about
Pick it
that,
up.
Kitsua, is that I'd still be in VR for that. I wouldn't be on the treadmill, but like, if I did it at the beginning of the stream, there's a lot of people who can't come in at the beginning of the stream. I'd want it to be something that they can come in at any point and redeem. Because there's people that they're not here at the beginning, there's people that they're not here at the end. It would just be, if you have it at a set time, less people are going to use it. And it also wouldn't make it that much easier for me, because if I'm doing it all at the beginning, I start in VR. I'm in VR when I go live, and so I wouldn't be walking on the treadmill, but I'd still have the issue of, like, I'd be putting my hands down and trying to use the desktop while tilting my headset up. Learning raid. I'm imagining for Destiny or Final Fantasy, maybe Lost Ark? Make your mods do it. Here's the thing, my only mod right now is Lost One. And I'm not gonna make him do it because he's literally at work most days. Like, I go live and he gets to hang out for 30 minutes and then he's like, alright, bye. I'm off to work. And I'm like, I hope it goes fast, Lost One. So, I need more mods. I'm kind of keeping an eye on who shows up a lot. And I also trust to mod. You're doing a teaching party for Lost? Yo, I was right, it was Lost Ark. I got excited there. I feel like nobody plays Lost Ark right now, except the people that just really like Lost Ark. Lost Ark just had their fresh start servers. And I keep seeing posts on the Reddit about how annoying they are. Everyone's playing right now? I feel like there's not many people that I know that are playing. Like, is KGT playing? I don't know if you know KGT. KGT was like the guy that I think of Lost Ark, and that's who I would watch play it. Him and, oh, who's the streamer? I'm forgetting his name. I've met him a few times. Sentinel would know their name. I can't. I can't think of. There's somebody we know. I think you know them. You might not know them. But they played a shit ton of Lost Ark with KGT.
No idea. I don't know who KGT
Oh.
is either.
Oh.
Killer Gun Top.
Okay, Rain,
is
you might
the
know
full
them.
name. Yeah.
Who was KGT playing Lost
Well,
Ark with
not-
that would
no,
stream?
no.
But you know of, right? It starts with an S, I
I know
think.
of them,
And I'm
yes.
like, oh, I can't think of their name.
That's a good question.
Hunt would know them.
Hey, Hunt.
Hi, honey. You tried it during the Jumpstart event and got so incredibly lost and overwhelmed. Lost Ark was really fun. I was playing through the story with Core and Fradel. And they kind of fell behind. And so we kind of just stopped playing. I played a little bit solo, but it like... I understand the overwhelming feeling. What I should have done was kind of just clung to somebody more and been like, what do I do now? Alright, now what do I do? I am trustworthy. You can trust that I will go mad with power and try to usurp the channel. Anyway, I'm going to pass out now. I got a long weekend to squander. I don't want to waste my time Alright, I'm sorry if I'm getting to that late smile. Sleep well. Bye. Oh, you want to know why? It's because they said the jump
Smile.
server will merge to the regular server. And all the vet are cringe? Oh. That's kind of crazy. So wait, they had these fresh start servers, and now they're like, we're gonna merge them? That's kind of insane. I'd quit over that. They'd gatekeep raids for new players. Yeah, so I saw that in the Reddit, all the veteran players are playing on fresh start players. And they're like, talking shit, like, you don't know this fight? What the fuck are you doing? It's like... Yeah, it's... Lost Ark looks like it has one of the biggest problems of veteran players just being so obnoxious. Oh, Jumpstart kicks you to max level. Okay. They're trying to make gold off easy mistake. That's why I'm here. Did I drink recently? I'm gonna drink anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
you
a
did,
running day
but-
for me. Later on, gonna do. I think the intervals for the run today will be like 90-second walk, 5-minute run, and then repeat that 2 more times.
I think Core said we're doing world exploration today, right? I know there's the Banjo-Kazooie map to show her. I don't know if she'll actually like it that much, because she's never played Banjo-Kazooie. I still want to show it to her. There was another map I came across that Oh, Yuiko's Rock, because it got an update. She might want to see that.
Right, yeah. There's something else that we found last week too that could be neat to look at as well.
But also gonna go
But-
put him down for a nap.
He might
Okay,
be asleep
Kisua.
by the time we get there.
Yeah. We always like, okay, we're gonna go through this map and this map and this map, and then like it comes time and it's like,
About 2 hours in, she's crashing pretty hard.
we've done one.
Although I speculate I may be the same way later on too. Just crash pretty hard about an hour or 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since I didn't sleep all that well last night despite being so tired.
I feel like I slept well yesterday. I just feel like I slept too much. When I ended stream, I was talking to Shin, Hunt, and Star, and I ended up falling asleep on them. And then I took like 3 naps after that. Also, Lost Ark is a really good grind game, so you won't have a life. That's probably why a lot of people quit. Yeah, I remember like watching Lost Ark for years. I remember seeing news of it 5 or 6 years ago and being like, this is the game to keep an eye on. And I had a lot of fun with it, but it wasn't the like forever game like World of Warcraft that I expected it to be. I honestly don't think I'll ever find a game like that. Unless WildStar got a relaunch. I don't think I'm ever going to find a game that like kind of I can just play forever like I do with World of Warcraft.
Sad.
It's maybe sad, just maybe for the best. I don't need a forever game,
Yeah.
right? I kind of just crave one for some crazy reason. Core the Big Eeper. Yeah. The Grim Eeper. I kind of like that. That should be a VTuber. The Grim Eeper, and it's just a sleepy Soul Reaper.
See some anime girl wearing a black hoodie being comfy.
Yeah. Yeah. God, now I have Lost Ark on my mind. They had a spear class that came out late, but I'd kind of like fallen out of the game by the time it came out. I would have absolutely played that when it launched. I mained Soulfist, which was fun and aesthetically very fun, but I think the meta build I didn't enjoy at all. And when I was kind of done with Soulfist, I was like, I need to play something that plays to my style, and I looked up meta builds, and I was like, oh, this looks fun. I was playing one of the Gun Girls, and it was neat, but like I got to level 30, and I was like, I feel done with this game. I'm tired. You grind Lost Ark by opening your wallet. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of opening your wallet, I watched Asmongold's video on gambling. Well, it was Asmongold watching Joe Rogan's video on gambling. And Joe Rogan had some guest that was like talking about how he lived in Las Vegas or he was just in Las Vegas for a long time. And he said it was crazy because they have slot machines everywhere. Like, they have slot machines in the casinos, but then they just have slot machines at restaurants, at the car mechanic, at gas stations. They just have slot machines everywhere in Las Vegas. And everybody knows the house always wins with slot machines, right? It's a losing battle. Like, if you put $100,000
slots.
If you put $100,000 into a slot machine, you're not going to get $150,000 out. At most, you get like $75,000 out. It's the house always wins with slots, and slots are the worst. So why do people play these? Because they're playing them all over. He would go to the gas station, and there would be somebody just pulling the fucking lever, just sitting there, just pulling it. And so he's like, I want to go like researcher mode and find out why people are doing this. And he found out that it's kind of instinctual. So like the most predatory gotcha mechanics and gambling mindsets actually kind of prey on our instincts, because we used to be like hunter-gatherers. And so there were three things, and I forget the third, but the first one was unpredictable rewards. What was the second one? I'm forgetting all three of them. I remember unpredictable rewards. Oh god, I'm forgetting the 3 points and I needed to remember them. But basically, as hunter-gatherers, this is what we had to do to survive. We would go to the first area and find nothing. We would go to the second area and find nothing. And then we would go to the third area and then find like a berry bush, and it was like jackpot, right? And so that sense of like us putting effort into something and getting nothing is just like thousands of years of caveman brain for us, and why we're absolutely okay with, even those slots we know we're losing battle and we know we're gonna lose money on it, instinctually we're like, this fucking works, let's go. And so it's actually funny, the first guy this talked to was like, or the first group that this guy researching the slot machines and whatnot looked at, he talked to a very anti-gambling group. And they were like, well, what they do is they do things that subconsciously attract you. And so they don't have any right angles on the slot machines. And they don't have any clocks to make you look at the time. And the slot machines only play in the key of C, which is the most appealing sound to us. And he was like, these sound kind of crazy and dumb. And then he went and talked to somebody that like makes slot machines. And they were like, what the fuck are they talking about? Who told you that? I use all the musical notes in my slot machines. And so this first group was just fucking crazy and dumb. But I
mean,
go ahead.
Like the key of C, that's basically just the standard like key to play in.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that they're like just using the note C. It's just like, yeah.
Well, this first
Just
group was
like
saying
basically the default.
Yeah, but this first group was saying they only use the key of C, and they never go outside the key of C. because that's what's the most appealing to humans. And then when he talked to somebody that makes slot machines, they were like, no, I literally use everything. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Oh.
Finland has a lot of slots
maybe
too,
miscommunication.
like in normal grocery stores and gas stations. I wouldn't expect that from Finland. So I should pick and eat Yulin's berries. I don't like berries, so knock yourself out, Global. Ha ha ha. Lost our coning system, do dailies, weeklies, and end up seeing that fail screen PTSD. I hated the fucking, like, glyph thing, King Dragon, where it's like, as you succeed and fail, you increase your chances to do the other, so the more you fail, the higher your chance to succeed is. I never got a single, I think they were called glyphs, I never got a good one of those. You're just going to eat me? Global. That's so forward of you. Oh my god. Just open your wallet to increase odds on upgrading gear. Blah. But yeah. This guy went to a, it was like a casino gambling research facility. It's basically a small-scale casino that isn't open to the public. It's just open specifically to studying human habits and tendencies with gambling. I hate that my finger doesn't fully extend sometimes. Their stuff was very interesting. Their stuff was like, yeah, we're detecting human patterns to maximize gambling, which is like, I don't like that at all. Oh no, don't do that. Just make 6 alts and see more fail screens. Yeah, I remember people really complaining back in the day about how necessary it was to have multiple alts. Fever is going down? Hell yeah. I never felt that bad when I had a fever. If I had a fever, I'd like... I don't know, I'd be hot. But I'd just be like, cool, I feel sluggish and I get to stay home today. There was one time where I had a fever with a stomach flu. That felt awful, but I think that was mostly the stomach flu. Go ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of the time where it's like, oh, you're having like 103 degrees fever. I was like, yeah, I mean, I do have a slight headache.
You're
Don't
always
feel like
hot,
all
Wes.
that fit, but it's like
103 is pretty gnarly.
and they were like, what the fuck?
Maybe you're just used to being that hot. Understandable. Back in
I'm
the
not
day,
violent.
back in the day, I had 6 alts in my main, funneling all mats to my main and making little to no progress. So fun. Yeah, I mean, the Reddit was just constantly complaining about it because it was like, to actually progress your character, you need alts. And I wasn't gonna fucking do that. I don't know, I had fun with Lost Ark. I actually didn't like the combat. The combat felt very stiff to me. I was comparing it to things like Diablo 3, which Diablo 3 is very fluid. You are always moving, and your animations are going off so fast that it's very rare that you're hard locking yourself down. Whereas in Lost Ark, there was a lot of like, I am rooting myself and planting myself to do this attack. Now, maybe it was because I was at most, I was like fresh gear at max level. That's why you were enjoying the FF system? Your group was... I didn't have a group, King Dragon. It was basically, I got to max level, and I was doing a few dailies to up my gear a little bit, but it was going incredibly slow. I was doing the daily to like go into the arena thing with 3 others, where you fight off a ton of enemies, and I was at like level 3 of that, something incredibly early in the progression. If you'd known, you would have helped more. I don't even know if we knew each other back then, King Dragon. We probably did. But, I mean, so the bigger issue is that, like, the whole time I was leveling, it felt sluggish to me. The whole time, combat just felt like start and stop. You were trying to level Paladin for core rating group? Yeah, okay, so you definitely would have been there and around. I was interested in doing Paladin support, but then it was guy only. I was like, oh, it's one of these games. Great. And there was no fucking way I was playing the fucking music notes one. Ugh. I want real teammates. Not a bard on my team. What are they gonna do? Set the atmosphere? I love that joke. I love that joke too much. That was probably my biggest complaint with Lost Ark, was the gender locked classes. I would have loved to play a female gunlance. That looked fun. Yuland hates me. You're not a bard, Lost One. You don't get to say that when you're literally a paladin. The reason people join Jumpstart is because you're jumped into the 5th endgame raid with gear. Definitely, but they are fixing it. Yeah. Wait, are they adding genders for all classes? Yuland hates me. I don't hate you, Global, but if you play a bard, I'm disappointed. That's actually really cool. I didn't know that. Harpy out of the sky. I don't know what happened to this Harpy, but they just fucking... Zoop. Hi, Sarah's. Female Berserker? Oh yeah, I do remember them adding that. But they're kind of weird, right? Like, it's not really like the Berserker, it's more of its own class with a few differences. You're Pally because I will not let you play Bard. You're a Paladin. You're just talking shit on stream right now.
Lost doesn't seem like a bard type to me.
Right? It doesn't make sense to me. He absolutely comes off as a paladin. And you know what he played in Final Fantasy? A paladin. Not a bard. Just multi-class. We can't multi-class, Gale. Because we're on easy mode. We switched it once so that I could multi-class the Eldritch Knight. If Lost One wanted to, we could switch it to multi-class. It's surprisingly easy to switch difficulty. You don't have to, like, even go through a load screen. It's literally just, like, change difficulty. Done. Okay, change it back. But it outperforms. See, that's what I don't like, King Dragon. I'd want it to be exactly the same talents, the same abilities, just you're picking gender. But it's a whole different class. That's so weird. What are we at? 2.6 miles? We're halfway there. I know there's similar abilities, but there are differences that effectively make it a different class. It's like Fox and Falco in Super Smash Bros. They're clones of each other, but they play different. They have different strengths and weaknesses. To me, that's a different class. You don't want Yuland to hate me? Oh my goodness. I do not hate Lost One. I get mad when he gets a little pedantic, but everything else about Lost One is great and wonderful. He's very nice.
And fluffy?
And fluffy.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Yuland doesn't hate anybody. There's people I hate, Wes. There's people that... okay, so when it comes to disliking people, I feel like there's 3 levels. There's people that... I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I just don't get along with them. There's people that, like, some of my friends have as a friend, and I just don't get along with them. They don't like me, I don't like them, but I don't want them to change. I'm kind of sitting here like, why does this person have such a problem with me? Whatever, man, fuck you. But I don't want them to change. I don't hate them, I just want them to go over there or something. That's level 1. Level 2 is people that I hate, but I don't want them to suffer. A good example of this is like Hazard VR, the guy who was a streamer, collected donations, was lying to people, and just clout goblin. I strongly dislike Hazard. I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to go get beat up in an alleyway and get his just desserts. I want him to go away. I want him to change. I want him to be a better person and, like, learn from what he's done wrong. But also go do it over there. I don't ever want to see his face again. Level 3 is, like, people that I consider genuinely rotten and evil. People like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, who, like, the world would just be a better place if they died. Because they have negatively affected so many people on like 1,000 scale. With some of these people on a scale of millions. Those are the people that I hate. Like, I genuinely hate. Euland is just so angry today. I'm like, am I always angry and just, like, suppressing it? Or am I, like, not that angry, but I can bring it up? I don't think I'm angry. I think I'm pretty chill most of the time, and then I start thinking about these people, and then I get riled up. They do hate people. They just tolerate some people more. So you hate the first fish that crawled out of the sea? No. Because that led to evolution and humans not being in water. I hate water. Oh, there's something I hate. I fucking hate swimming and being underwater. So there's lots to cuddle. I'm very grateful, Global, to the first fish. Because if not for them, we might still be underwater. And that would be awful. Even if I could breathe underwater, I'd get nervous and be like, oh, this is fucking scary, dude. I'm getting a drink. I'll get over it someday. But why get over it at all? Why not just stay out of the water? Because if I stay out of the water, then I don't have to get over it. I can just not go near the water and never be afraid of it. That sounds way better than, like...
episodes.
That's kind of limiting though, like most of these Earth is water.
Are you in the water?
I might be.
You're a shark and you're literally not in the water.
I mean, who doesn't say they take a bath right now? Or they don't.
Well, okay.
Right now.
Specifically, I'm scared of drowning. Specifically, I'm scared of drowning, not just like water. Like, I don't have a glass of water. I'm like, oh god, this is so scary. It's like, if I'm swimming in something and my feet can't touch the bottom, and there's the possibility of something happening that puts me underwater and I can't get back up, that's the shit that scares me. So if water is really murky and, like, there could be a big catfish in the water that just grabs my leg because it thinks it's food and pulls me under, that's horrifying to me. Going through, like, a tunnel underwater, or like a cave, that's horrifying to me. Swimming in a lake, horrifying. In a pool, typically I'm okay in a pool. But, like, if I start swimming in a lake, after 5 minutes, I'm kind of, like, shaking and being like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I want to get out. When my leg heals, I'll either go walking or biking while Ustream plays in headphones. And if I choose bike, I'll double the distance or something. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You'd only have to go 5 miles per hour to double the distance that I go. I have to kind of limit myself for a few reasons. I don't want the treadmill to be too loud for me, like, fucking stomping from fucking sprinting on it. I don't want my breathing to get too loud. And I also want the tracking to be good. Whereas, like, if you're sprinting on a treadmill, the tracking starts getting kind of janky and jumping around.
So basically, you don't want to give us ASMR. Gotcha.
It wouldn't be good ASMR. It wouldn't be like, hello everybody, today we're going on our walk. It would be like, just heavy breathing that is known for not being pleasant to listen to. There's the path we're going up. It's barely a path, but it gets us up there.
Oh, that thing there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This zone is High Mountain, which is the highest point on the Broken Isles. This is a big mountain, so they kind of like this next part. They kind of model after Mount Everest a little. I'm gonna go back in 10 minutes. Gotta go take meds. Okay.
It looked like we passed a Char earlier on, but I guess that was actually a Tauren.
Yeah, so this zone has Tauren in it, but it's a special tribe that has been blessed by some of the demigods. So, like, there was this guy, he was a Tauren named Holn High Mountain. Great warrior back in the day in the War of the Ancients. He saves a demigod. And so this other demigod is like, yo, you saved my companion. I'm going to bless your people forever. And so this Tauren had, like, the typical cow horns, but he was blessed and he got, like, moose antlers. And so now there's the High Mountain Tauren that have moose antlers. Because Holn was, like, 10,000 years ago. At this point, all of the Tauren that live here have some of his, like, they can all trace their ancestry back to him. And so now everybody has that blessing that goes through Holden High Mountain. And they've got the moose antlers. Blizzard loves to do this. Instead, they will sometimes add just new races, but a lot of the time what they'll do is they'll be like, hey, this is an existing race that's just a little different. They have done it...
Variants. Regional variants.
Yeah, they've done it like 4 times with Tauren. When we got to Wrath of the Lich King, there was the Tonka, which are not playable in any way, but they have, like, very bison-like faces. Hi, Ramus. When we got to Mists of Pandaria, there was the Yuan Gol, which was very yak-like Tauren. When we got to Legion, there was the High Mountain Tauren, which are exactly like Tauren, but with moose antler. They became playable. It's only a matter of time before we find another fucking Tauren tribe. It totally goes against what was in Vanilla WoW. In Vanilla WoW, tribes of races were very, like, isolated in points. And you would only find them there. And they were very adapted to that specific environment. And so, Tauren only existed in Mulgore and the surrounding areas. And they were almost wiped out and made extinct by the fucking Centaur. Because the Centaur are pretty aggressive and way outnumber the Tauren. But in Warcraft 3, the orcs and the trolls, they'd kind of teamed up, and they encountered the Tauren, and they were like, hey, join our horde and we'll help you fight the Centaur. And the Tauren were like, you all seem pretty honorable. That was a big fucking mistake. We will join your horde because we have no other options. If we survive this war against the Centaur, we will always be loyal to you. And they survived. And now the horde are like, now the Tauren are like, we love the horde. We will always be loyal to them. What do you mean the war chief just gas bombed an entire nation? Well, we kind of made a promise. WoW sticking to its own lore. Yeah, there's so many points in the lore that are just dumb. They're just dumb. Like, the Tauren is a big one. They swore loyalty to the Horde because of their honor. And after 20 years of the Horde having the worst fucking honor, the Tauren are like, yo, but we in it. We made a deal. And so they won't leave. Even though, like... Even though the Horde just seems fucking horrible. When I was recording this part, I was like, man, why is the part where it looks like I could fall off this fucking mountain if I step just a foot too far to the left? At the very end of the recording part, where if I fall now, I lose like 40 minutes of footage. Oh god, I hate this.
It's getting over it.
It really...
Yes.
I hate the little parts where it's like a hill, like a little lip, and I can't see where the path goes until I'm like on that lip. Those are the worst for me. So like this doesn't feel too bad. I see where the path is going. But then there'll be parts where it like rounds up and I'm like, oh, does the path go straight or does it turn? Fuck. Am I gonna fall off this cliff?
The Throne of the World's gonna be fun for you when you get to Skyrim.
We need a Horde
Fortunately,
Alliance
it's not that
faction.
bad to follow. Except for that damn troll on the top.
Yeah, watch out for the troll.
I'm gonna have console commands on Skyrim, so he's not even gonna be able to attack me.
Yeah, you'd be like, what troll?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that last one.
That would be...
I kind of wish Horde and Alliance players could group up with each other and like make guilds and parties completely interchangeably. But like lore-wise, they like move around cities a bit. So like when the Blood Elves in Mists of Pandaria were getting massively mistreated by the Horde, I feel like they should have defected to the Alliance. And then Blood Elves should have been Alliance players. And they could have just moved them around for the story. And for the story, it would have made a difference. But functionally for players and like getting stuff done like raids, not at all. That could happen once the whole Sylvanas thing is just removed. Yeah. I don't know. I like it that we can join guilds interchangeably as Horde and Alliance now. I feel like asking for any more is being greedy. There's this lookout tower here. And I thought about ending there, but I was like, no, the mountain goes higher. We gotta go even more. I'm also really glad they didn't have this, like, strong wind over everything. Because this would have been fucking awful on the bridge coming up. Nah, give us more fuck. Give us more. Fuck Blizz, they don't deserve pity. I don't disagree. This bridge is weird.
Where did that winds go?
It was only at that peak there. I guess now that it's... So here's the thing. A lot of that wind was being, like, along the face of the mountain and being pushed up. So it was kind of like a large area of wind being focused on a single point. Now that we're at this bridge, a lot of the wind is just going under the bridge.
Hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well. This bridge is cool. I like how long it is. It's at a weird angle. It's like going up, and I feel like a bridge like this would be weird with that. And before they pull a fast one, and next race is another neutral one. You know what I think should have happened with World of Warcraft? I think the Legion expansion should have happened, and then the big bad threat after the Burning Legion is the Void Lords. You would AFK on that bridge? That'd be really bad on a PvP server. I feel like after Legion, they should have ended the story for World of Warcraft, and they should have moved into like World of Warcraft 2.0. Update the engine, update the graphics, update everything for 2.0, and make it so that there's, like, story-wise, there's a time skip. They should have given the exact PSO NGS treatment. There's a time skip, there's a story reset, everything starts over, but it's still connected to World of Warcraft, so people keep their mounts and cosmetics and friends list. Make it so that it's not entirely a whole different game. There's some bleed over, but it essentially is a whole different game. AFK as a Shadow Priest, wait for someone to get closer, mind control them off of it. If I was on a PvP server, and I saw a Shadow Priest near a cliff, I was smart enough to know, you don't fuck with that person, they're not really AFK. I have fallen for that before, back in BC and Wrath of the Lich King, and I learned, Shadow Priests aren't AFK. Those fuckers are just waiting to trap you. The old school priest tech. Yeah. Yeah. Priests are getting a really big nerf in this next patch. Their power infusion is too strong. Zereth Mortis. This is another WoW zone. We're at 3.4 miles. I think we'll be at 5 by the end of this. Update. Lost One, they are. They are updating the Neon Kitty. The next raid is a whole Emerald Dream themed raid, and so all druid forms are getting an update. The bridge is empty. Always be careful of rogues on it. I feel like rogues would prefer choke points to things like that. So instead of waiting for somebody on a bridge like that, because people could fly in Legion, except for like the first batch, I feel like rogues would prefer to go to like a cave entrance, where it's like, oh, there's a daily in this cave, and people would be going in, and the rogue would be waiting there for them. Oh, hell yeah. A gamer wants to join.
The Doppler.
Gamer.
Yep. Now, there are some bridges, especially if you don't have flying, that you need to be careful on. Gale, if you've ever seen Hardcore WoW Deaths videos, there's a bridge in Winterspring that rogues fucking love, and they'll just sit on it, and when somebody runs by, they'll throw the Distract out, which Distract is a spell that you essentially throw a rock at the ground, and it makes people face it. The logic being you do this, and then you can backstab them. But if you're on a mount, it just turns you, and you're holding forward, so you just run off. And so
Ooh, nice.
they're on this cliff way above this gorge, and they're running, they're riding on the mountain. Suddenly they just turn left off the bridge, and it's like, what the fuck? If you're like a mage or a priest, you can slow fall yourself and get out of it. If you're a warrior, you might be able to charge an enemy, but I think there's elites at the bottom, and so now you have a whole new problem. Anything else, you're in trouble.
Just use your feather falling for enchanted boots.
Oh my, yeah, so everybody should have high star. Everybody should have something to, like, through engineering or whatever to save themselves from falling. But it's like, that's what I hate about Classic. That it's like you have to prepare stuff like that to get through situations. That is so obnoxious to me. One of the best things I've ever seen, Gale, with falling damage kills. In Burning Crusade, elemental shamans got a talent to strike themselves with thunder, and then it would like kind of pulse out in a ring around them and it would send everybody flying. And so this group of Alliance, it was like 2 raids, 80 people. They tried raiding Thunderbluff, but this elemental shaman saw them coming. And so he waited at the top of the elevator. And with the 2 Alliance raids, they all ride the elevator up, and they get to the top, and there's just this level 54 shaman there. And he just casts Thunderstorm, and like 80 Alliance people just fan out across the sky and litter the countryside of Mulgore. And all of them died.
Firework.
And it was just like, oh my god. That is one of the best PvP moments I've ever seen. You can probably still find it on YouTube. Elemental Shaman, Thunderstorm, Thunderbluff. Something like that. Or you can play on PvE servers, so I don't have this problem. Yeah, so when I first played WoW, I was a PvP snob. I was absolutely like, if you play on a PvE server, you're a dickless virgin. You're a baby. You're weak shit. Don't even talk to me. And then I would go play on a PvP server, right? And that was okay at PvP. Come Wrath of the Lich King, specifically the Ice Crown raid. And my guild was merging with another guild, and they were on a PvE server. So we were going to move from PvP to PvE. And I was like, oh, we're going to be on a baby server? Whatever. It's probably not even going to last that long. I'll go, but, you know, whatever. It's just dumb. I got so fucking comfortable, and it was like, I never want to play on a PvP server again. I never want to play on a PvP server again. It was so awful being like, you go into a cave and you're like just constantly looking around and scanning, making sure there's no Alliance members near you, and you keep your cooldowns ready in case a fight starts and you need to burst somebody, because you don't want to like use all your cooldowns and then get jumped. This is World of Warcraft. Both the video and what we're talking about. And you never pull more than one thing because you don't want to like get down to 60% health because you pulled 3 things and then get jumped by a rogue. And on a PvE server, it's just, you see a group full of mobs, fuck it, let's AoE them down. No one's gonna stop me. No one can stop you. So I got so comfy on a PvE server. And when people were like, hey, we're gonna go play on a PvP server, I was like, I don't wanna. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing about WoW is that once you get entrenched in it enough and you know what you're doing and and you play it enough, you can actually make it pay for itself with WoW tokens. WoW tokens cost like 300,000 gold, which is really not that difficult to make per month. It does require a bit of time investment, but once you get your stuff going, that's pretty easy to get. However, the way I game nowadays, I don't really like subscriptions. I kind of like bouncing between co-op games like Raft, Terraria, Baldur's Gate. I have way more fun with things like that it's like, let's go hard on this for 2 or 3 weeks and then not play it for a year. That's where I have a lot of fun now. Whereas back in the day, World of Warcraft, from ages 13 to probably like 25, I literally just played an MMO. Usually it was World of Warcraft. At one point it was Guild Wars. At one point it was Star Wars: The Old Republic. At 2 points it was Rift. I wouldn't say Final Fantasy. I got into that really late. At one point it was WildStar. But I used to play games with just like, this is my MMO. I go to school, I go home and I play World of Warcraft. Like, as soon as I have available time, because I'm done with homework or whatever, I get on World of Warcraft until the moment I go to bed. That was how I played games for a long time. And a subscription model is great for that. Because if you play like 300 hours of a game a month, because you're playing 10 hours a day over 30 days, you get your money's worth for sure. Oh, what did I just...
Oh.
I tried accepting someone's friend request, their join request, and my hand drifted and reset the avatar. The other thing that's great about
no one redeems that.
right? The other thing that's great about a subscription model is that it keeps microtransactions out of the game, right? Well, it's supposed to anyway. Nowadays, Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft just have Game Shop anyway. But for the longest time, World of Warcraft was incredible because it just had constant updates, right? You would look at other games like Rift, and they would get an update once every couple of years. Whereas, Hi, Hunt. Whereas World of Warcraft was just like every 3 months we're getting like at least a minor patch, and sometimes major patches. A subscription model was incredible for keeping like new content in the game. Whereas free-to-play games were like, it felt like they were always asking for more. Hi, Willie.
No.
We're walking.
Yeah, we're walking here.
Hi.
It's a lot of us walking here.
Yeah, I love days like this. When I've got everybody with
Also,
me.
what the heck are those floating around?
There are these things called Devours. Devours are kind of amorphous. They come in multiple different shapes. But these things, what the whole thing with the Shadowlands expansion was anima. When people died, they would go to the Shadowlands and their soul would become anima and kind of like create anima. And anima was basically the energy that like powered everything in the Shadowlands. Now this was fine when people were constantly dying and being reincarnated, and the souls were basically entering the life stream, and then like parts of the life stream were going back into the real world. But when you go to the Shadowlands, the cycle has been broken. So there's a massive anima drought. These Devourer things, they're kind of like, just think of like creatures that have existed outside of the cycle of death, that want to eat anima and souls. And so they gotta wait for these guys. These are devourers.
Red light.
Devourers.
Green light.
Yep. Devourers weren't that big of a problem. But then the drought happened. And one, they become much bigger of a problem because there's already like not much anima, right? And these things are eating what little is there. But also because there's no anima, people don't have the energy they need to fuel the technologies that they needed to beat the Devourers. So, like in Bastion, they had these big golems that were powered by anima that would fucking crush Devourers. But then, with no anima, there's no giant mech golems to fight the Devourers, so it's like, oh, now we're fighting these things with swords, which we haven't done in 10 million years. This shit sucks, and it's scary. Devourers were never like a major plot point of the expansion. They were kind of just there in every zone and a nuisance. This might be the most we've ever had with people joining us.
Really?
Yeah, we're getting Kitsua also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna have 7 people here. Oh my god.
Yeah, normally I'd only join on a Saturday or Sunday, but to make exception for today.
Were you just feeling like hanging out? Hi, Jewel.
Yeah. Well, plus I woke up early because my sleep is all wonky ever since I started regular exercise too.
Mm-hmm.
That happens every time.
Well, I'm always happy to see
Which
you.
means I'm also... It also means I'm sleepy all the time now too.
You're becoming popular, relish in it. Oh my goodness. I see my viewer count average going up, but like, you're high on the bus. Hell yeah, Jewel. But when I actually think of like growth and being popular and people wanting to spend time with me, it's very like out of my element. I'm like, what? What do you mean, huh? Your walking time is your nighttime, so it's usually your bedtime, but it's Friday night. So you're still awake for hell yeah, Willie. Yeah, when we were playing Satisfactory, Willie, I was kind of like aware that like when we play Satisfactory was when I was playing to stream, and so I was like, I didn't want to be like when I start streaming, fucking bye, because this is done. But I kind of knew that's what was gonna happen. Oh, I have to sneeze. Hi, Midst. Yeah, this is also Jewel's bedtime. My nose itches. This looks like the new Avengers movie cast. I like this cast more than the Avengers movie cast. Oh my god, my nose.
Any cat.
No. This is like, what, the Expendables?
No, no one here is expendable. Oh.
The Expendables 9.
I'm so sorry, Leaf. We are still walking.
Did Leaf request you to join?
She did. And I almost did the same mistake I did previously, where I was like, oh, Bog Leaf wants to join, and then I disappear, and everybody's like, uh-oh.
And then... Oh, bye, Yuland.
Mm-hmm.
Go and walk elsewhere. What's Leaf doing right now?
She requested me to a world that was like Gym 1.0.
Oh, yeah. I see her punching a speed bag right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or slapping it.
Mm-hmm. Oh. We're at 4.1 miles.
There goes your
And Treadmill says, "That's enough for today." And Yulin's like, "No."
It's literally like, hi, Corando. It's literally like you've been walking for an hour and 35 minutes. You're done.
Yes.
You're done.
Could it be that the minute timer only goes up to 99?
It'd
I
be
wonder.
dumb if that was the case.
Hi, Johan. Have flour? Why, thank you. Even though this flour would probably make me sneeze because allergies.
Game.
Yeah, Yulin, you could join
Yes.
that world and walk on a treadmill.
Spring now and I'm dying.
Don't die.
No die. Too cute to die. Rain where rain, I want to
I'm
hug
right
him.
here. All the way on the right.
Ah.
And you sure? I'm quite stinky right now.
Rain has probably walked 6 or 7 miles at this point.
Nah. I didn't.
I'm at
How long have we been
4.2.
going?
Maybe 4 now?
How do you move like that in the Yukata?
he's
Oh,
just that good.
and my
For so
tracker is
long.
dying again.
Well,
Yeah.
Rain down.
I actually think Rain is onto something with the 99 minutes. I actually think it doesn't have a minute counter that goes to triple digits, so that's why it does that. You're gonna eat chat. Do what they want it. They're all freaks.
Slapping chat.
Oh, I thought
Because
you were
so
gonna
far
like
you're
eat
only
the
eating your
camera.
own thing.
Kitsua, don't I taste bad? Yeah, there's so much going on in chat that I feel like eating them is just like guaranteed indigestion, stomach ache, and nausea.
God.
What pace does Rain go at?
4.2 kilometers an hour. Which is like, what, 2.6 miles an hour?
I think it was about that,
Mm.
yeah. I love garbage.
Let me.
That just makes me think of the Rick and Morty character with the guy that eats the alien that eats garbage in Rick's garage, and then he goes back into the chute to see his wife, and his wife is just like, "Why do you do this? Why do you put up with it?" And he's just like, I can't help myself." Fun fact: Justin Roiland got replaced, and it turns out his voice that was supposed to be irreplaceable and the show would die without it has been the most replaceable voice, and the show is absolutely going to continue without it. They did some promo and I was like, wait, did they get Justin Roiland back? No, it's the new guy. He's just that good
Get
at doing the voice. Get fucked. So question,
I'll
the
just
people in
18
VR
minutes
in
a
here,
mile.
what are they looking at? So Kitsua, I would assume most of them are looking at an overlay or the personal mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're just looking forward at the bar over there in the Black Cat.
Yeah, I got the overlay open in front of me, and I'm mostly looking at that. Otherwise, it's just Black Cat in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the
And I-
people that join in VR, they're more than welcome to. I feel like it would be easiest for people to join in desktop. That way they could, like, literally just stand here and treat it like a Discord call, while they themselves, like, tab out and look at stuff on, like, YouTube or Reddit.
Yeah, I'd
That's
probably be
what I'm
arting.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would be arting on my first monitor if I was in desktop, and just have VRC open in the other. But I like being in VR.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You've been looking at the black cat, Kitsua. You need an overlay like Excess Overlay or SteamVR typically has its own, or typically SteamVR has its own overlay. If you just want to be in VR, you're more than welcome to. If I was joining somebody that was doing this, I'd be in desktop every time. Morty, I turned myself into a felon. Right, you could look at your desktop through it. Mm-hmm. You never get to use
that's
VR.
if you have overlays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because opening
On-
Steam VR overlay will put you in AFK mode.
You can disable that.
if you have it set in. Yep.
Yeah.
Which I would highly recommend, because I don't want people to know when I'm AFK. I'll be fucking talking to somebody, and then I'll, like, tab out, and it used to be like, did you just go AFK while I'm literally talking to you? No. No, I didn't do that.
No.
Yuland caught in the act.
Yeah. Yeah, you also, like...
Go to Loto, you just face palm by default for your AFK pose.
You also don't have to, like, join the lineup, Kitsua. If you wanted, you could, like, literally go exercise or, like, run circles around the room. That's what this one was doing 1 or 2 days ago. I think yesterday. Just zoomies around. There they go.
Zoom zoom.
Hi, Icy
I remember
Fire.
Tor did that too when she joined on you a few days
Welcome
ago.
back, I see.
Mm-hmm. Lunchtime. Wait. You went to work? Oh, no, you'd probably been at work, took a break, and now you're at your lunch. Okay. I was like, hang on, did you clock in an hour for work and then take your lunchtime? You're going to have trouble getting through the rest of the day. I want a drink.
So what's the icy gonna have for lunch?
Glug, 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 glug. Hell yeah. Are we out of this fucking awful desert area yet? Can we be in grass yet? I actually get more tired and thirsty when we're walking in the desert. And we have to deal with those, like, awful looking bug nest things. Look at how gross that is. A bottle of chocolate milk?
Oh, bugs are pretty gross, yeah.
A bottle of chocolate milk is the lunch of champions. Yeah, go feed chat the drink. They want it.
The question is though, how big is the bottle?
How big is the bottle?
Drown chat.
It's just a liter of chocolate
Yeah.
milk.
Or a gallon?
That's a lot.
I've never tried the gallon of milk challenge. It's supposed to be impossible. But I kind of feel like I could do it.
Oh, that's small.
Does anybody know about the gallon of milk challenge?
Nope.
I remember it as far back as high school days.
Can you drink a gallon of milk in an hour? I come in and I am force-fed something from a can. Huh? Force-fed? Hold on, Jerchin. You are looking at in the wrong context.
No.
You are graced. You are gifted. Had a gallon of chocolate milk after a marathon once. The
Isn't
The
it like
idea
3
is that
liters?
I want to say 2 liters is a gallon, but I'm not super
No,
certain
it's
of.
like 3.8?
Oh,
3.4, 3.8?
Oh, it's almost 12. Damn.
Like,
It's 4.54.
what?
oh my god.
What? I
It's
mean, I was.
4.54,
Hmm.
like 4.5 liters.
Who
So
would
much.
you drink that much at once?
I mean, it's supposed to be one of those challenges that people don't complete. Like the cinnamon challenge, where you take a spoonful of cinnamon, and it's like,
Oh, I get it. You want to drown.
yeah, you're supposed to say this to people, and they'll be like, yeah, I can do that, and then they get halfway through and they like cannot.
Okay, question. What did you look up for gallon? Because a US gallon is like 3.8 liters. Maybe there are different kinds of gallons.
Different kinds of gallons, huh?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
apparently I looked up an imperial gallon.
That sounds like a U.S.
Yeah.
gallon, because the U.S. uses the
So,
imperial system, but
Do US gallon.
No, US is 3.7.
okay.
Yeah.
3.7 something, yeah.
Sorry, I grew up in the USA with stupid units. Yeah.
It's a lot to
How's everyone?
put
You
in your
skip
body
dinner?
at once.
Skipping dinner is fine. Skipping a meal is like not that bad. Skipping a day of food is not that bad. The units, or I guess the timetables I've heard, is 333. You need food, like you will die without food after 3 weeks. You need water, you will die without water after 3 days. And air, you will die without water after 3 minutes. Now, obviously, there's some wiggle room, right? There's people that have like practiced holding their breath and can go like 10 fucking minutes without air.
Pearl divers.
Yes, but the standard is like if somebody was trapped somewhere without air for like 3 minutes, that's when you start being like they are probably dead. Water is 3 days. Food is 3 weeks. Obviously, with the food, people can go a lot longer with practice. The rule of thumb, actually, I think, yeah. Yeah, I've heard it in 4s. I've also heard it in 3s. You do believe that Fahrenheit is a better unit for temperature? I disagree, miss.
Oh boy, here we go.
The reason I know Fahrenheit way more than Celsius, but I learned somewhat recently that Celsius is 0 degrees is water freezing and 100 degrees is water boiling. That sounds so easy. That sounds so sensical and like, let's use that for everything because that sounds great.
But what about 30 degrees is freezing?
Yeah, for Fahrenheit, 32 degrees is freezing. What? You are water, miss. You are majority water. Fun fact, the rule of thumb means if you can cover a nuclear bomb's cloud with your thumb, you're out of the lethal range. I did know that one. That one's also depressing and involves death.
Though, if my memory serves me right, there's a quote from the movie The Boondock Saints,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like back in the Middle Ages, you
Mhm.
could beat your wife with a stick if it was no bigger than your thumb,
Oh,
apparently.
what?
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Shin.
I have not verified that.
That's why the
Literally
Fallout
just
Boy.
from the movie.
That's why the Fallout Boy does a thumbs up on Fall Guys. You know what that makes me think of? There's a Family Guy clip where Peter says something to the kids, and some old actor from like the 30s comes out and is like, "That's what you got to do to discipline your kids, Peter." And he goes, "Thanks, John. Got any more advice?" And he goes, "Yeah, when your wife is acting up, hit her with a sack of oranges. They won't leave a bruise, but they'll get the message through." And he's like, maybe we ignore that one. But it's like, oh my god, what? I'd let Shinkozen hit me with a sack of oranges. Star, I love the just like turn, just like, what the fuck? You know what, Star? I'd let you hit me with a sack of oranges too. No, hold on. Okay, wait. That's gonna leave bruises. A metal pipe is going to, like, fucking... That's gonna leave marks. I mean, I'll still let... Okay, no gun. We'll go back to the metal pipe. You can hit me with a metal pipe. I'll let you hit me with a metal pipe. I'll let you hit me with a metal pipe. Ooh woo. Wait, you just have a sack? I'd prefer getting hit with that than the metal pipe. I don't really
Are
want to
you
get
good this year, Yuland?
I don't really want to get hit with anything. Oh my god. Oh my
Soon.
god. I saw a picture recently that it was I think it was Mariah Carey that sang the song, and she's like in an ice block and it's melting, and it's like the end is inevitable or something. She's coming, she's thawing out.
Oh, I've already heard it a few times.
I haven't
Sneaking
heard
its
it.
way in.
What about Smothering? I'm absolutely down to get smothered. Like, sure. Although, with things like face sitting, I'd rather be the sitter than the one being sat on.
Huh.
No, wait, no. Ah. Gets pillow. Oh, you mean like that? Oh no, face sitting. That's not what I'm talking about. Well, so with smothering, I'm thinking of like any type of body smothering. You know, like boob smothering, thigh smothering, face sitting. If it's with a pillow, that just sounds like dying. All your online friends are in here? All 2 of them? No horny? I reject this bat. You may break my bones, but you'll never break my spirit. Oh, my spirit! Thigh smothering is the way to go. You won't reject it? I'll just moan and say harder. Hell yeah. Tummy smothering? Yeah. I want as little tummy as possible, Sarah's. I'm kind of the opposite side of the spectrum of you. I want this to be like fucking flat as much as possible. Tone tummy is cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we at for
That's
miles?
awesome.
4.9. Yeah, so this zone was really cool. This is like the origin of creation, where like the gods kind of just created these beings of order, who then created the cycle of life and death, and it's like all life was first tested here as prototypes. So like everything running around here is like little prototype robots, and then they were like remade with final design forms in the real world. But there's a lot of like weird stuff. So like you'll see trees, but like trees that float. Tell me in general is nice. I just happened to round tummy, not like fat tummy, but you know, I know exactly what you mean, Saris, because I have been to your stream and seen your avatars. This is a beta test zone. Having a bit of dad bod is nice. I don't mind seeing dad bod. I don't want dad bod. I actually, what would fucking make me happiest is fucking like crazy wide hips and like a thin waist. That's not really that doable for me. But childbearing hips for a wooga. Childbearing hips on a femboy is like, what the fuck, but also like, oh my god. Today's Friday, right? Fucking dies.
Yep.
You've been told you have a slutty man waist? Hell yeah. So today's Friday. We've got videos with Core, or not videos, but World Exploration with Core later. I can try to get out a video. Hi, Zay. Okay, Zay, you're saying goals, but like, how do you get that? Like, how do, as a guy, do you widen your hips? Is there like a surgery for that, or is there like an exercise you can do to just like stretch them out? You wish you had your treadmill still, because it's hot outside. You want wide hips? Now I'm curious if like that's a thing you can work toward as a guy. Just because they're goals doesn't mean they make sense. I see, I see. Wide hips is a mentality. Take estrogen. Here's the problem with estrogen. That costs money. And I don't really want a transition. I don't want, like, boobs. I just want wide hips.
It will make your balls smaller.
It will make your balls smaller? I didn't know that.
From what I've heard.
Once you eventually get on HRT, apparently that helps. Money is hard. Yeah. Money isn't fun. I just want things to work. This was a joke, by the way. Well, I mean, you say that, but, like, at the same time, it is a real solution for people. Yay, capitalism. Woohoo. You need massive legs and big dumpy and small tummy. Then automatically, no matter hip size, they'll look big. Yeah. Yeah. And we're working toward that. Our tummy is shrinking. Our legs are fucking... Well, I actually think our legs are shrinking, but they're getting muscular. Being a cute feminine guy has its challenges. Yeah.
I mean, Zayla would know.
Zay would,
You need to work out.
Have been.
This plate of pancakes almost crashed me. Well, be careful with the pancakes then. Be careful with the crash cakes. Chat can't see them. Tragedy. It's a solution if you're trans. Taking hormones is a very bad idea normally. So here's the thing. I actually know some people that aren't trans that are on hormones, or hormone therapy, estrogen. I know someone who, they were just like, I'm a guy. I want boobs. This is the solution. It's like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I learned that today. Not today, technically like a year or two ago, but... Swimming and jiu-jitsu have always been great for me to lose the most weight and build muscle. I don't want to build muscle, actually. I actually want to be as lithe and small as possible.
Small.
But I'm building some muscle with all the walking. Now it's all in my legs, and it's not like making my legs look huge and massive and veiny. It's kind of just like making them look cut and defined. Which I'm not super happy about, but it's like, you know, I'd much rather have muscular legs than like muscular arms or chest. We're going to the orb. People with Hashimoto's do HRT2. What is Hashimoto's? I'm unfamiliar with that. I need a drink. Mitz, I always think of you in this map because this was the map you first talked in, and you were like one of the first people to talk on my stream. And so I remember I walked for like 50 minutes in this zone, and this is back when I had like, I was just like the first week of starting, and the people who would come in were like, hey, I gotta go to work, bye. And we get to the other side of this orb, and Mitz came in and talked until the end of the walk. And now I always think of Mitz when I get there, because that was a big moment for me. I very much appreciate, love, and crave. Oh, it's Gutslord. Hell yeah. The chat interactions. Yeah, you Game Boy. What am I doing with it? Am I just watching you play? Well, can I actually... Oh, I can. Dog Boy Chris. Alright, we're fishing. Am I actually controlling it at all, or is it all you? Okay. How extensive is this game? Is there, like, a surprising amount to it, or is it just like you fish and get a random fish? That's hella neat, though. Where was I? Yeah, I don't... Would you be able to show, like, hold that up to the camera and show them? It should show up. Yeah, go show them. It's an autoimmune disease that causes the thyroid to underproduce? Oh. Okay, so... wow, it's actually easier to see this way. Yeah, I walked for like 50 minutes. Didn't have anybody in chat, and then Mitz came in and talked to me for like the last 10 or 20. And now Mitz is like special place in my heart. I walk here and I'm like, oh, I remember Mitz.
Holy shit.
Catch. Funny little lad Stonefear? I missed the name. This is just on an avatar. Nice little kraken. Hang on a minute. A kraken? Howdy, angling partner. Back to work. Thanks for the vibes. I hope the rest of the day goes fast, Icy Fire.
Take care, Icy.
Yeah, I think it was literally on this slope, maybe on the last like 30 seconds that Mist came in. That VOD might be... No, VOD should be kept for 90 days, so I still have all the VODs from day 2. But I've only been uploading them to the channel from day 28, I want to say. If you want to see us go to the nudist beach, check it out on Yulin's VOD channel on YouTube. That was, I cannot believe that happened. Oh. Ow. Okay. We're almost there. We're so close. We're at 5.5 miles right now. We just have to go across this area. Getting into your stream for the first time feels like just 2 weeks ago. That's crazy. Mitz, you have no idea. You came in at day 6, I believe. Because this is the 6th video, and so at the time I was only doing 1 video a day. The other day, we're on day 72, I think. 2 days ago when I saw day 70, I was like, hold on. Day 70? That's so many days. That's more than 2 months. And I kind of just had like a moment of just like standing there for a minute, just being like, what the fuck happened? How did 70 days go by already? Because, yeah, I'm kind of the same. It feels like I started maybe 3 weeks ago. You've been so consistent. I'm so proud of you. Oh, Mitz, you'll like this. The last time I weighed myself, I had lost 31 pounds. 72 days of walking, yeah. Back with boba. I've never had boba tea. But hell yeah. Yeah, 31 pounds. I haven't weighed myself in a few days. I'm kind of like hoping I've lost more weight, but at the same time, I'm like scared to weigh myself because I get really sad anytime it goes up a pound. I'm like, no, even though that's not how weight loss works. Easy, absolute Chad. We started at 205. Last I checked was 174. Oh my gosh. If I weigh myself and I'm in the 160s, that's gonna be like... That's gonna be a crazy moment. Because, like, I was 180 for years. And then when the lockdowns happened, I jumped up to 200. I don't remember the last time I was 160s. I still don't feel that different. I still feel like I have a, kind of plump tummy. I can feel some differences. So my thighs don't rub against each other as much as when I started. When I started, I had to, like, really... I had to tuck my boxers up a little bit so that my thighs didn't rub. And now my thighs are thin enough that if I just widen my stance a little, they don't touch. I couldn't do that a month ago. Do I mind telling you? We're 5'6" midst. We're 5'6" gang. I've been, if you go by the BMI index, I've been overweight most of my life. And then very recently, it was like, you're obese. And I was like, obese? What do you mean obese? It's all in my stomach. It's not in my arms or legs at all. This doesn't look obese at all. BMI is a atrocious system to show health. I don't think it's to show health. I think it's just to show body weight. Because there's some people that they're in the normal range. They're not fucking healthy. I think of like Asmongold. Asmongold is the exact weight he's supposed to be by that. That guy's not fucking healthy. So like, I feel like the BMI is also for like the average person. Mitz, don't you like work out a shit ton and you're like just a brick shit house of muscle? So like, I understand, yeah, the BMI, it just wouldn't work for you. I don't think it's necessarily bad, it's just not a system that fits all scenarios. Making me blush. BMI is a flawed system. Very flawed. I don't think it's designed to be a perfect system. I think it's supposed to be like Wikipedia, where it's a quick and dirty. You can check to see if your weight kind of matches your height, and you know if that's in a general ballpark. But there's going to be exceptions. There's going to be a lot of exceptions. If you work out a lot and you have a giant amount of muscles, if you have a low body fat percentage, you're going to look bad on the BMI. But you're going to know that. You're going to know, like, yeah, the BMI doesn't work for me, but it will work for the average person. Try to work out 2 hours a day and eat healthy. You have a good build in your opinion? Good. It gives a regular person a good idea about their weight, not their health. Yeah. Yes, but people use it as end-all, are you healthy? Well, yeah. Of course they're going to do that, but people are also stupid. We were talking about the CSGO thing the other day, where the founder of CSGO was like, everybody's complaining about lag. Make the ping say minus 50. So if they have 100 ping, make it say 50. If they have 90, make it say 40. And everybody was like, oh my god, this is the best patch ever. You fixed all the problems. I love you. If you're a bodybuilder, obviously it won't work for you. Yeah. I'm built like the average swimmer with the tortilla chip shape. Mitz, did you ever see footage of V Rising? V Rising is a vampire game that I really love. I need to do a playthrough of it somewhat soon. And, the girls, they have like an hourglass shape. The guys have such an exaggerated tortilla shape. Their shoulders are so wide. Haven't played the new stuff in V Rising. I was really tempted to play it with Voss in that group. I thought I was going to be playing it soon with other people, and then it just never happened. So I'm like, man, I just fucking missed out. Bodybuilder, well-endowed, pregnant, cyclist, strongman, etc., etc. Hell yeah. Tortilla. Wasn't in that group. Yeah. I felt like I could have joined if I wanted to. There's been a lot of groups where, like, if I wanted to play with them, I feel like I'd be welcome. I feel like the same applies for you, Gale. A lot of the groups that Voss does stuff in, I don't feel like there's a single person there who would be like, oh, Gale wants to play? I don't know about that one. It's just, for some of those, you gotta invite yourself to. People do be stupid. I don't know why I felt like reading that one again, but it needs to be said, damn it. Oh, Mitz. I'm also trying to eat better. So yesterday I did a bunch of meal prep. And I made a big thing of rice, ground beef, and red beans. And that's like the only thing I'm gonna eat over the next 3 or 4 days. That's goodish. Wait, that's goodish? I thought that was really good. I'm getting beans.
But aren't you already a cute bean?
Oh my god. That's awesome. Yeah. Missing all the vitamins? Yeah. The greens and fruits. I really struggle to eat fruits and vegetables, Kitsua. They just taste so bad to me that it's hard for me to not throw up when eating them. Possibly add more fruit into it for like snacks. I would love to eat more fruits and vegetables. It's just like I genuinely just gag and throw up. There it is. There's the end. There's the portal.
Hey, Sam. Mile.
We're going to be at 5.9 miles.
I was surprised how quickly you reacted to that, but you probably have personal mirror on.
Yep,
Mm.
I do. Though my head is actually like covered by the overlay.
Yeah.
It's just for me to see like if my track is fuck up again.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're
How
there.
far in are we, Euland?
5.9.
Whoa.
And the next video is Val Sharan. That's the one
Just
we
need a little
watched
bit of
yesterday.
go. This is why I stopped moving for a little bit.
Hmm.
Doesn't run like booping rust. It's probably sleepy's me has something to do with that.
Alright, everybody. I'm gonna set the tiles first. That's what we're gonna do. I said it was 5.9 miles. Ow.
Mhm.
Where is Chatterino? There it is.
Day 72.
I should probably put this in my own chat. Slash set. Oh, there's no space. Set tiles. Day 72. Thank you. Of walking. 5.9 miles. And now we rest.
More water.
Updated title. Your best friend is a weirdo with fruits and vegetables and doesn't like almost any. Yeah, that's literally me, Kitsu. I literally just can't get them to my throat. I didn't mute.
But yeah, Euland was saying something about you putting like finger right between the eyes down slowly, and it just made him go ah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Like,
they did.
Those who don't have Phantom sets, that is at least one way to get them.
I think they did it to me a bit yesterday too, or I think Star did it yesterday. Oh, look away! I'm contorting.
Ah. Well, at least I can't see Euland right now.
It.
Oh no!
I have a small theory that it's like part hypnosis. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this not centered?
Well, that's
Well-
sort of what Venom Sense is that your brain's sort of expecting that touch there, and it sort of just fills in the gaps for you.
Oh.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go and take a shower.
Hi, Raj.
What? No, you have to cut a little bit. Okay. Bye bye.
Might be back later, but
Okay.
shower.
The rest of us. I haven't been to Clouds in a while. Let's go there. Invite plus. Drop portal. Here we go. Yeah, so meats, the food prep I did, I like rice, I like meat, I like beans. It's typically just foods that I like already, and I don't have a problem with combining foods. Even though that sounds like really bland slop to most people, I kind of like really bland slop because that's the food I can stomach. So, I am super down with eating it. You're dying? Okay, Willie. Sleep well. Thank you for joining us.
No die.
Euland like it sloppy. I don't... Hi, Rook. It's not specifically that I like it sloppy. What I'm saying is, to a lot of people, that would be considered slop. I need to move this over here.
No.
Ah.
I can't walk on the lights. Okay, I can reach that. Now how do I reach that? Oh, double jump.
Oh, we're comfy now. Bye, Willie. Sleep well. What? Can I grab these? Oh, hell yeah. Wait, now you've got the Fennec Fox ears. Oop. What do you have, the auto? Yeah, you do. Sleep well. Alright. Hi, exhibits. I love literally all food, so when I'm trying to cut down weight, I just make the same food, but with no fat alternatives for almost everything. Yeah, for me, I
have dinosaur. Or not.
There's a few of them in this map. Do they not float? Aw.
What? No, they don't. Oh, it's a gator. Or a croc.
Gators are kind of dinosaurs, right?
They are, yeah.
Yeah, so, with food
Good night,
prep.
Euland.
No, not yet. With the food prep, it's like, it's all good food to me and I like it. It's not like the most tasty food to me. So, like, the most tasty food to me is, like, literally, spaghetti from the store that has been cooked, chilled, and then has, I can't believe it's not butter on it. Which is also crazy bland, right?
Yeah. I don't like that.
No sauce whatsoever. That is like a perfect meal to me. I could also eat sugar all day, every day, but, sugar is super bad, so I try not to do too much of that.
Sugar is toxic, yes.
I could fucking live on red velvet cookies. That shit is so good.
Alright.
Doesn't sound tasty, but I'll hurt a lot.
But yeah, rice, ground beef, beans was pretty good. I'll also like it more when I'm hungry. If I'm eating one meal a day, and especially after exercising, that is a hunt. After exercising, food tastes even better. So at that point, I'm like, this is the fucking best meal I've ever had.
Hello, Rook.
Okay, yeah, this model is much taller compared to rest. I was crouching down, and then I switched avatars, and suddenly I'm towering.
Food after exercising.
Am I by default size?
Food after exercising is amazing.
I eat before, but just to give me an energy boost because running on an empty stomach is really hard.
I try to have like a little snack before.
Yeah.
And
Anything will help.
So like today, I had like I opened my tub thing of the meal prep, and I had like 2 little fingerfuls of rice, a little bit of the meat, high non-dairy. I didn't even heat it up; it was kind of cold, but like I knew if I eat this now, it'll make the walk so much easier. I used to do protein bar for like, I guess it was only 8 days. For 8 days, I did protein bars before the walks. And those were good. Those were great, but they're expensive. You grew up on authentic Mexican food and a ton of Israeli and Tibetan food, so you can't eat food unless it's well flavored and a bit spicy. Yeah, for me, Mitts, flavor is generally like overwhelming, and in some cases painful. And so I can't handle a lot of flavor. Flavor and texture both are killers for me, which ends up being like I like smooth, bland foods. And so like mashed potatoes, buttered spaghetti, a lot of processed shit like goldfish, breads. You can just give me a loaf of bread and I'm like, this is perfect, this is great, I like this. And the softer the bread is, the better.
Stuff that's meant to go with other things is what you're saying a lot of the time.
Yeah. And the other things
Maybe that's why Tor keeps bringing up tofu.
I tried tofu, but like tofu on itself without flavoring, it just feels like shredded paper. It's like, this is kind of awful to eat. It needs some flavoring, but I don't like all the flavoring that I would add to it. So it's like tofu ended up being kind of a bust. Which was unfortunate. Tofu was really easy to prepare. Eating healthy costs so much money. So the stuff the stuff I did for meal prep is way healthier than what I normally eat, but it's so cheap. The pound of ground beef was the most expensive part. That was like $8. I got 2 cans of red beans. Each of those were like $1.17. And then rice is also dirt cheap, so tofu is a great replacement in making broccoli beef sub the beef. The significant other loves chicken and just has never tried a lot of food because of being really picky. But they've started to get food with me at some good authentic restaurants. See, there's a lot of people that like, they're picky but they just haven't tried stuff. I haven't tried a lot of things, but anytime I do try stuff, I usually throw up. I have a story, Mitts, from when I was, I think, 7 years old. I went over to my best friend's house, and his mom was like, hey, I made chili sandwiches for you both. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't have chili. And she's like, what do you mean you can't have chili? And I was like, well, I've never had it before. So if I try it, I'll probably throw up. And she's like, you're trying my chili. I just spent, an hour making chili. You're eating my fucking chili. And I was like, okay, but if I throw up, it's not my fault. And so she gives me this chili sandwich, take a bite, and I just throw up across her table. And I just look at her, just a tendril of it coming down my chin, just like, I'm not cleaning this. I warned you. And she's just like, okay. What do you want to eat instead? And I was like, do you have peanut butter? So I had a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh my god.
And then you know what's worse? I think it was like crunchy peanut butter, so I was like, oh, I don't like this. And she was just like, I'm gonna strangle this kid. And I think I was like, you
little shit.
I think I was like, I'm starting to feel bad, so I'm just gonna eat the crunchy peanut butter. Tofu will take on the taste of beef.
Crunchy peanut butter.
So at what point does tofu take on the taste of things? Would you like mix it with whatever you want and then hi space fish, welcome, welcome, welcome? Or would you like prepare the tofu and then just mix it with stuff? Hi, hi. I'm a little jealous of Fish because she gets a nice greeting from Gale. She gets head pats. I get a gun. And I'm like, what the heck? I want
What
head
the
pats from
hell?
Gale. You've never had tofu? I need to try next time I'm cutting. I got it a few times because I was trying to, like, eat healthier. You get a rough pat now? I'll fucking take a rough pat. I'll take a rough pat any day, Gale. Thank you.
Like that.
Yeah.
Aggressive head patting.
I preferred your head pats earlier, but if it's that or gun, you know, I'll take rough head pats over gun. Do you make it from scratch?
Yeah.
I make the tofu with bouillon and then make onions, garlic, and broccoli, etc. separate and then mix. So when I tried tofu, I was looking up tofu recipes. I was specifically looking up baked tofu recipes. I just saw a star on my right in Streamlabs, so I looked right and I'm like, wait, they're not there.
That's not
MSG.
how mirrors work.
When I was trying out tofu, I baked it and I tried it without anything, and I was like, this is fucking awful. And then I tried it with like ketchup sprinkled on it, and it was still kind of awful. Here's the thing, it's really difficult for me to look up recipes of stuff because they're like, alright, you're gonna want to throw in these 7 spices. I'm like, you lost me at the first spice. I don't like that now. Tofu is best with savory flavors. Gale only suffers when he sees me. I don't think Gale suffers too much when he sees any one person. Maybe there's some people that he really doesn't like seeing. There's some people I don't like seeing, but they don't come to my chat. There's some people in, like, other people's chats that I'm like, The level 1 I was talking about earlier, where I don't want to change, we just don't get along. I don't think you're that to Gale. You suffer towards anyone? I don't want you to suffer towards me, Gale. What the heck? Take tofu cubes and mix with curry powder. Yeah, see, curry powder, you lost me. It's too much for me. Then bake. Now you have curry cubes that have the texture of marshmallows. I was looking for something
Maybe
like
try that sometime.
because that sounds super easy. But curry powder just sounds intense for me. Just an example of an easy flavor combo. Okay. Yeah, I was adding stuff after the baking. Which I could tell is like, this isn't working. It's keeping that wet paper consistency, or I guess the flavor wouldn't change. I don't know. I could probably get tofu to work if I tried it for long enough. But it was just easier to just keep making other things. And just be like, not worth. Maybe we come back to this later. What time is it? 11:44? Hi, Leify. You like crispy tofu? Pat it down, dry cut, then tofu up into like French fry shapes. Fry them until crispy and seasoned. You know, that might have been That might have been because I was baking them, but they were staying pretty soft. I wonder if I should have just like baked them to crispiness. Typically, I don't like crispy stuff, so I was like, I wouldn't like that. But now when you describe it like that, I'm like, that sounds kind of fucking awesome. Find a seasoning you like. Ex-Italian. Or example Italian, ranch, mushroom, umami. Give it a shot one day, see how it goes. I found that taco seasoning and eggs go great together. The problem is, it's just so hard for me to find a seasoning I like. Because most seasoning is just flavor that I found overwhelming. And so it's like, I don't even know where to start looking for seasonings to try to like. And I don't know what food I would add them to test them out. It's not like there's a food. Thank you for the follow. There's not really a food that like you can just add whatever seasoning you like that I like it without and with. And so I just don't know how I would go about trying different seasonings. Fry it in a pan with butter and a pinch of salt, like noodles. Black pepper? I can tell you I don't like black pepper. I don't know. For now, I feel like I don't have to worry about food for a long time because I'm super satisfied with the rice, meat, and beans. White pepper? I don't know that I've ever heard of white pepper.
White pepper is pretty good. It is a pretty strongish flavor, though. I'm just trying to remember, what did I usually put that in?
I can't see myself liking it then. So, it's I don't like flavor that's too strong, but because my sense of taste is so sensitive, almost all flavor is too strong. Too much salt is spicy for me. And so, like, you might as well just say flavor in general. Because my favorite foods are a loaf of bread, buttered spaghetti, sugars. I'm trying to think of other things that are, like, really, really bland that I like. I really like a lot of potato stuff. So, like, a meal I make a lot is French fries, where they're frozen, you bake them in the oven, and then I'll have them with, like, ketchup. I really like mashed potatoes. I like most meats, but when it becomes, like, a spicy meat, because stuff has been added to it, then I won't like it. You live on rice, beans, and cheese, so, in your opinion, I'm doing fine? Put white pepper on everything. What happens if I season things just very lightly? Typically, I don't season anything. I hate seasoning stuff. And so, like, every Sunday we have, like, a family dinner. And often at times, about once a month, we have steaks. And so my dad, he will season his steak and my mom's steak, but he won't season mine if he remembers. If he seasons mine, he'll be like, hey, Yulin, I accidentally seasoned yours. Oops. But I tried, wiping most of it off. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I can deal with it, but it won't be as good. But, like, typically food is just better to me if it's just unseasoned. No carne asada? Absolutely not. If I have, like, a burrito, I want it to have ground beef, maybe chicken, and cheese. Anything else, I'm like, no, I don't want this in the burrito. I could probably do beans in a burrito. But anything else, I'm like, I don't want this. So I don't like flavor at all, mostly. Correct. Most flavor is just, it's overwhelming, and in some cases, painful. Carbonation is really painful to me. I do not like carbonated drinks. which is good because soda's super bad for you. And so I kind of lucked out with that one. But yeah, typically, flavor at all, I'm like, just give me a fucking loaf of bread. Wow.
What?
No, my mother has said I'm the easiest difficult person to cook for, because the stuff that I actually eat is very easy to make. She can literally just cook 2 things of spaghetti and I'll be golden for 5 days. That is literally like, just, I literally won't need any other meat. Peanut butter. She can literally just give me a jar of peanut butter and be like, knock yourself out, dude. But I'm difficult to cook for because I don't eat the same stuff as everything else, as everyone else, and it feels like she can't try anything. My parents, it kind of seems like they don't fully understand my sense of taste, because every now and then they'll be like, oh, we think you'll really like this, and I'll be like, cool, what's in it? And they'll be like, well, this, and this 4th thing, and I'm like, okay, then you know I'm not gonna like it. Why are you trying to get me to try this? Then I try it, and I typically don't like it. I'm not throwing up like I used to as a kid. I can kind of try something, like take a nibble of it and be like, I'm not down with this, nope, and I can like swallow it. But the idea of eating any meaningful amount of that when it takes me like 30 seconds to eat the tiniest little nibble of it is just like, no. Eating this is unrealistic in my eyes. I like this map. This is like a top 3 Wispy Woo map for me. I really like the fucking clouds moving like a liquid in the back.
I actually made a map like this, my homeworld, again, since it's dark there and has that cloudy and rain effect going on. And a squishy bed. I always like the squishy beds.
Hell yeah. There was one Wispy Woo map that I saw that had a squishy bed, but it was like, it was in a snow mountain. Yeah, a little bit. I think it's super cute. It had a
That's my
squishy
first
bed.
impression.
This Wispy Woo map, it's like a snow mountain map. It has a squishy bed, but there's also no music there. And so like we didn't even stay there that day. We kind of like explored it and we were like, all right, we got to go somewhere else because no music. We can't handle not having music.
Oh, Star. You know what else it reminds me of? Have you played A Hat in Time? You got the Snatcher. You looked a lot like him too.
I was sending people a picture from PSO because somebody made their character look like the girl from Hat in Time. PSO is literally the best character creator. The funny thing is, this is the Snatcher. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, where have I seen that before? That shader. Okay, it's exactly what the Avatar creator was going for.
Nailed it. Ah. I'm getting comfy. What time are we at? 11:54. Oh my god.
A little bit harder for me to head pat people because my right arm's a little sore right now. I am lifting weights too.
Take care of your arm, you goofball.
Yeah, well, one thing for sure, I cannot do push-ups anymore because of my shoulder.
How
Unless
bad
I
is
do some
your
alternate, like pushing off a wall.
How bad is your shoulder right now? And what did you do?
Right now, it doesn't hurt. I don't know, but if I hurt it hard enough, it affects sleep.
Oh. Do you know if
Yeah,
it's
that bad.
Do you know if it's mechanical or inflammatory?
I'm not sure. I've had this for years,
Oh.
and it flares up whenever I overextend my arm.
Hmm.
So I gotta be careful when it's swinging a sword around too.
So
Or saber.
a lot of injuries are categorized as mechanical or inflammatory. If it's mechanical, it's more of like a bone thing. And the best thing to like heal them is to like move them as little as possible, to not touch them as much as possible. If it's inflammatory, that means it's muscles. And the best thing to do is to work them out often. And so
Yeah.
if you know which one it is, you can better spend effort healing it, whether that's staying off of it or kind of working
I'm
it
not
out.
sure.
Mhm.
What's really strange is that I went to the doctor and told them about it. To say maybe arthritis. I kind of doubt it though. But they just say keep an eye on it and let us know later on.
Oh, that's
I also
helpful.
got my tetanus booster at the time too. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I got some really bad pains there. It possibly could have been from me wanting to exercise it to keep it from getting sore, and that made it really bad for a few weeks. And then just one night, I can't sleep, and I think, okay, enough of this. And I just squeeze it really hard to try to get the pain to stop. I hear and feel a few pops in there, and then suddenly, oh, it's not as painful anymore. Did I dislocate it
Oh.
or something? I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, that sounds like a roller coaster of events. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Um,
Possibly. I've been told this too. I used to work a lifting job and could have injured it there too, but this was over 10 years ago.
I briefly had a lifting job at UPS where I was a sorter. I scanned boxes and then put them into one of 8 different conveyor belts. There was a lot of twisting. And they were like, you need to twist with the proper form so you don't hurt your back. But it was like, it's gonna fucking happen. There's no way you can, like, do this job without breaking the proper form a little bit. And so
I could feel my lower back hurting from that, yeah.
I only did it for 3 months. It was a summer job for me.
Ah.
I was going to do it, for years and keep doing it while I went back to school. But it was just absolutely brutal. Also, I had a really bad day one day, so I said, fuck this, I'm out. One of the mail the mail sorting line was behind. And these are the people that sorted the letters, not the packages. And so instead of letting me go at the end of my day, when my area was done, they said, you need to go help the mail sorters. And I was like, okay. So I go over there. I don't know the rules. I'm like leaning against a rail while sorting. And this guy comes up and just starts yelling at me. And it's like, motherfucker, this isn't my job. I am literally like helping out. I could have just left. I could have just gone home. But I'm helping and I'm getting yelled at for not knowing all the ins and outs and rules of this job. I'm just gonna go. And so I finished that day out, and then I called him and was like, yeah, I'm going back to school, so I quit. And then this is really funny. 5 days later they called me and they're like, hey, you stopped showing up. What's going on? And I was like, I quit. What do you mean? And they're like, oh, okay.
It's funny. I have dreams about that sometimes where my old job calls me up like 6 years later after quitting. It's like, hey, I know you don't work here anymore, but we're kind of short-staffed. We're gonna need you to come in.
We're gonna need you to come in.
Okay. 6 years later, it's like, hey, it's only 4 in the afternoon. That it ends up being an entire day.
Wait, you actually go?
In the dreams.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I
in
don't
the
know why.
dreams. Okay, I was like, hang on, wait, what
No, this is not reality.
Okay. In the dreams. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, what the fuck, Sen? You're supposed to tell them you're gonna come in and help and then not actually go.
And yeah, I live across the country right now, so that's going to be a problem too.
Man,
It's like, yeah, sure, I'll be there in 14 hours by the time you close.
I could have saved so much money if when the lockdowns happened, I left Texas and moved back in with my parents. Because for 2 years I was work from home. And I was paying rent on this apartment. Now I kind of liked, having the apartment to myself, but I think about all the money I spent on rent when I could have not been spending that.
Right.
You want to remain England?
Hi, Winter. It's one of my favorite mutes.
I was peeking at Leaf's stream and I saw that little avatar running around there too.
Yeah. Do you still mod for Leaf or have a sword?
No.
Oh, Leaf sending for today.
Saris, I am sorry.
Why?
I used to be in Texas. I am no longer there. I think I moved to Texas in 2014. I was in Dallas. I went to school for 3 years. Technically, there was like a year before going to school. And then I had a job there for 4 years. And then when that ended, I was like, I don't actually like it here in Texas. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And so I went back to Missouri, where my parents are.
Back in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. How have you been, Winter?
I've been easy, but I'm procrastinating right now. I'm in my finals for the coding stuff.
Oh, I
Need to
see,
make
I see.
a website from scratch.
I see.
Oh yeah. How are you? How was your walk today? Did you
My
enjoy
walk was great. We did 5.9 miles. And we only did 2 zones. They're both WoW videos, which is why they were so long. The Guild Wars zones are much smaller. But,
Oh, I didn't know you did Guild Wars too.
yeah, I haven't done the expansions yet. With the expansions, I think I'm gonna need somebody to help me, which Full is often available to help me, but I also just feel bad asking somebody to help me make a video. But I've done almost all of base Guild Wars 2. I'm only missing 2 zones from base Guild Wars 2. We're gonna start Final Fantasy soon. However,
My fucking god.
I need a mod to hide the sneak orbs when I'm a botanist. Because when you go into first person mode and you have those and you're sneaking around as a botanist or any gathering profession, these orbs are fucking massive.
More people joining. We lost a lot of people when we went through that portal.
Yeah, we lost Rain, we lost Kitsua, although Kitsua is like, because she has a new, well, I guess it's not really, she has a 1-year-old baby. It's very hard to keep Kitsua's attention for an extended amount of time. Hi, Aeon.
Yeah.
We lost Willie. Willie lives in Hong Kong, though, so it's understandable if they're like, I'm dying and going to bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty late over there.
Mm-hmm. We lost Shere Khan. He portal dodged us. I can't believe he'd do this. And then I'm just expecting to hear his voice because he's just been hiding in the beanbag. He's like, what the fuck do you mean? Rain went to shower. When we walk, Rain walks about as much as me and gets sweaty. I get sweaty. I'm kind of like, I don't like being sweaty and feeling sweaty, but there's kind of like two levels. There's, if we do a normal walk like today, it's not that bad and I shower later. If we do incline, then it's like much sweatier and I'm like, okay, this is kind of awful. But I have the option of like, I don't want to end stream because I'm having so much fun with people. I want to keep streaming, I want to keep cuddling in VR chat, so I'll put up with being sweaty. And I think it bothers Rain a bit more. I think when Rain gets sweaty like that, they're like, I need to get clean. I need to get clean right now.
Yeah, understandable.
I
Hey,
do.
dude, if I had a treadmill, I'd be my pace is pretty fast. I'd be sweaty too, but it's dry, so it dries off pretty quickly.
I do record all the videos myself, Leafy. For now it's just MMOs. It won't always be MMOs. Eventually we're gonna get games like Skyrim, Fallout, Red Dead, Cyberpunk, Breath of the Wild if I can. A lot of single player games that have a nice open world. We'll get videos of those as well. But for now,
How would you avoid the enemies in games like those?
well, so if it's a game like that, if it's single player, typically they're extremely moddable. So I can turn on like God mode and, you know, enemies don't attack me and stuff like that.
Oh, true.
Especially like some of the games like Fallout and Skyrim, they just have console commands to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
With MMOs, if I can stealth, it makes it so much easier. So in World of Warcraft, I record these videos as a rogue. And sometimes enemies will see through stealth and find me, but I can vanish once a minute. I've also done all the high level zones already. And so all the zones from now on are like level 45 at max. And if they see me, I'm just like, alright, I'm just gonna hit you for 2 million with this attack that just shoots knives all around me and go back into stealth. So like, fucking
Be gone.
step off, punk. WoW is very easy to record in. Guild Wars 2 is a fucking nightmare to record in. Because there's no permanent stealth, and I scale to every zone. And so, even if I go to a low level zone and the mobs are only level 14, they put me at level 18. And so I can still get my ass kicked. I've done all of the low level and easier zones, but as I get into the expansions, the mobs just get more and more complex and advanced. And some of them could just fucking kick my ass. I haven't tried making a video of the first Heart of Thorn zone, but there's no way I can do it without a friend. I've like looked through this zone and it's like, okay, I literally need somebody just clearing ahead of me. Because like there's these packs of little raptors. They're like 10 raptors that will just swarm you. And there is no way in hell I could walk through those. Because I'd have to walk with them. I'd have to stealth by them. But then if like another pack saw me, and there will be another pack, I would just have to walk for like 20 to 30 seconds with them attacking me. They're going to kill me in that time. They are absolutely going to kill me in that time. And so, Guild Wars 2 is hard. I have a temporary stealth. That's the one thing I have in Guild Wars 2. Every 45 seconds, I can stealth for 20 seconds. Yeah, so I'd like to do New World. The problem with New World Leafy is that there's no permanent stealth. There's like crouching and prone, which make you hard to see. Well, but I I don't think that's more of like a PvP thing and less of like an NPC thing. I don't know how walking down a path in a zone will work with enemies on the path. I also don't know like what it'll be like to like just be fucking army crawling across this zone if that puts the camera low. The other thing is Final Fantasy, Guild Wars 2, and WoW, I have max level characters in. It's very easy for me to just jump on and start recording right away. New World I've never played before. And so while I would like to go record, I literally have to like play the game for 60 hours first to level up a character and familiarize myself with the zones. And so I want to do New World. Honestly, anytime an MMO comes out, I want to play it, level it up, and then record videos for that zone. It's just difficult to. Because I literally have to play it a lot. So, for now, we're getting games that I like, I'm already familiar with. Games that I already have a max level character. I already have a way to just jump on and go straight to a zone. Hi, Zai. Your spot is literally right here behind Winter. You just need to get on.
You could add another head to the totem pole. A few nights ago, we had 2 totem poles of people tunneling, and they were just stat 4 high.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, okay, you set yourself to that size and put your head on their boobs there. Next person, go to that size, put your head on their boobs, and so on.
You like thighs, by the way? Whoa, that's new information. I'm gonna tuck that away in my mental notes. That's good to know, Zai. I sent Zai a TikTok recently, and it's this girl sitting on a bed, and her thighs are fucking voluptuous. Like, she has those thighs that are massive, and she sits on the bed, and they just, like, get even wider and spread out, and it's just like, holy shit. And then it cuts to this guy, and he looks at this, he looks at the camera, and he makes a face, and then it cuts to him in a maid outfit, and he pulls up the skirt a little bit so you can see the thigh, and he just slaps it, and it makes, like, a thunder noise.
Thunder thighs.
I literally saw this. I was like, well, this just has to be sent to Zai. It's literally just... it's just for him. Those are your legs? I don't think my legs have ever been that thunderous. My thighs were pretty big at one point. They're shrinking now. Thighs are the best. Am uploading the Nike for you now? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
After stream.
After stream. Yeah, Winter and I'll cuddle with that later. Winter's like the last person to cuddle naked. I could technically show it. Whoa.
I thought I misheard you.
No, you fucking heard me. You technically show it. You made sure each part is toggleable. So I can show just feet.
I think that's still TOS on Twitch, focusing on feet.
So I feel like having your feet out is okay, but if you were to like lay down like this and put your feet in the camera for an hour, I feel like
that would be a problem.
Yes. Oh.
Like even some artist friends are like, okay, time to do the feet, draw the feet after stream. Not doing that on Twitch.
Really?
Because even if it's not TOS, you're still probably going to get the weirdo looking for that sort of thing. I say that, and this is the person that goes into people's chats is saying, "Are you still selling feed pics?"
Yeah, I mean, I could see myself streaming in this model with the Crocs off and just being barefoot. Because typically you don't see the feet anyway, right? I do hate the concept of like walking around places barefoot. So in World of Warcraft, I used to argue with my friend all the time because he would just make himself barefoot in games. I was like, you can't do that in a game like World of Warcraft. We're literally going around walking on lava. Stop being barefoot. You need shoes. The idea of being a barefoot adventurer is... Even things like trolls, where it's like they don't work with shoes and they're super calloused feet meant to be touching the earth. It's just like, no. We're walking around on lava. We're walking around on ice. No. It makes sense with Draenei and Torn because hooves. Spa suit on Monster Hunter World Iceborne? Okay, what is the spa suit? Is that like birthday suit and just naked?
The one where it's like just a bikini. I don't remember. It's like just a towel or...
I see.
Oh, you never played Guild Wars 1. So necromancers and monks, one of their outfits that gives them like max amounts of energy / MP is just tattoos, no clothing.
Oh. You just run around and naked in Guild Wars 1?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, even in a lot of the cities, you got all the female characters doing their dances too. Oftentimes, very showing a lot of skin.
Hell yeah. No, it's the one you wear in Ciliana Gathering Room where you... I see. Technically, I did play Guild Wars 1. It was just such a pitiful experience that you might as well say I didn't play. I think I've talked to you about it, Sen. I made a necromancer. Didn't understand how to use abilities, wanded enemies down, probably died 2 or 3 times, got to level 2, I was like, this game sucks ass. I'm going back to World of Warcraft.
Skill is damage over time.
I know. I probably clicked it and didn't see that it was doing anything, so I was just like, this sucks. Just wand.
Oh, I think it's damage over time. Let me look that up again. I didn't play Necromancer that much.
I was a dumb 13-year-old.
Go have lunch. Have fun. Take care.
Bye. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for existing.
What?
Bye.
How dare you? Winter Blue is a longtime friend. It's been interesting seeing him like go from mute to non-mute. When I met him, not on stream, no. What?
Life safe and damage over time and heals you. Is one of your first skills.
That's it. You're muting. What? Don't mute. No, when I met Winter, he was such a meme and shit poster. He was mute, and I'd seen him around, but it wasn't until Aiko was like, I want to play a lot of League of Legends. I'm inviting 4 friends that I know that the rest of them don't really know each other that well. And so I was like, all right, I'll get back into League to play with you. I played support initially. I think Winter jungled. He jungled as Nunu. And I swear, he would do this thing. If he was ganking for you, you would start hearing the Christmas song from Mariah Carey that we were talking about earlier. Sorry for your loss. He would start playing that over Discord. So you'd just be laning, and you just hear the jingle bells, and the chorus from that song is "All I Want for Christmas Is You," and then Nunu would just come out of the fucking river pushing the snowball. And we'd fucking laugh and fail the gank because he's ganking at like level 2 or something early. And he would just go back into the river. And he'd go halfway up the river, and then the jingle bells would start again, and he would just immediately come back. And he was just like literally throwing away the game and like not getting farm, falling behind, just to play this fucking song in his ganks, and it was so funny. You uploaded the thing, you put it into a submenu, so if you happen to use it, you can't accidentally do it. Okay. It's a different model though, right? Okay, I'm assuming it's two-tone Lind. Hell yeah. Thank you, Shin. That was... It is not? Oh. Maybe I can't see it then.
So you might need to reload the model in order to get the update. Like, switch to one model, then back to this one.
Okay. Just VR chat things? I see.
Yulinaku.
Yulinaku?
You only put it behind one submenu?
Well, it's supposed to be a different avatar as a whole anyway. So there's supposed to be the model that, like, that's the one I stream with that has, like, the raincoat toggle, all the other stuff. And the other model probably has all this stream stuff also, but then also can be naked.
You know, for those times off stream that you want that push pin on your head.
Yeah, because that happens so often. Otherwise, it's the same as this one? Hell yeah. Thank you, Shin. No, God, I played a lot of League with Winter. We just played for months. Winter, me, Aiko, Zuvi, and Fausto. New outfit soon, TM? Hell yeah. I still haven't decided on a tramp stamp, Shin. I feel like for now just the Dream Shelter logo. But I feel like eventually I'll get something that'll be like, this will be better. I don't rep Dream Shelter at all anymore. Tramp stamp AO? Yeah, of course. I need it. Okay. I need either a tramp stamp or a wound tattoo. But the camera is behind me 90% of the time, so it's gotta be a tramp stamp, right? It's gotta be.
What a tramp.
Why not both? I feel like it's... What's the word? I feel like it's indulgent to have both. Too much, yeah.
It's like, okay there, buddy.
If you're the type that just, you love tattoos, and you have, like, multiple tattoos, like full arms, then it would make sense to have both. And that's great. But if you only have, like, 1 or 2 tattoos, I feel like you go with one of the lewd tattoos, tramp stamp or wound tattoo, and then you would do something else, like a shoulder tattoo. Or, I feel like if you only have 2, doing both of the lewd spots is like, I don't know. You could if you wanted. For somebody, tattoos are a very individual thing, right? This is just my logic with it. But someone can match, I guess. I don't know. There's definitely womb tattoos that I think would be great. I think the measuring stick would be awesome. That one's always fun.
Like that one, yeah.
I would really like, if I had a womb tattoo, I think the upside down succubus heart is really funny. Because as a femboy, you wouldn't have a womb. So you'd have the upside down womb that would represent giant fertile nuts. This is a reference to an artist named Rapscallion with one of their comics, with a femboy that has that tattoo, and it's so funny to me. Boy womb. See, I just think it's funny you take the heart with like the womb tattoo, right? And you just turn it upside down, and now it's like, yeah, big nuts. Your boiveries, you mean? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What?
Boy portion. No. Boy preggers. If between a tramp stamp and a womb tattoo, I'd probably prefer a womb tattoo. However, there's such a focus on the camera being behind me. I feel like it just has to be a tramp stamp.
Well, maybe Yulin, on one avatar which you use for stream, go with the tramp stamp, and then off stream you go with the womb tattoo.
Well, I want it to be like the same OC. I don't want it like to have magical tattoos moving around. So I'd want the off-stream one to have the same tattoo.
I see. I mean, otherwise I was just say put it on a toggle. But yeah, I see your point now.
The femboy
like
knows who it is kissing because the femboy knows who it isn't kissing. Oh my god. Do a weird thing where one is apparent from the direction you're facing. Well, they're on opposite sides of the body, so you'd only ever be able to see one at a time.
Rodinger's the tattoo, is what you're saying.
This is a silly conversation.
Like, there's a tattoo at the front, but I can't see it, so I can't really prove that it's there.
I think I want to take a nap in VR. I think I want to cuddle now.
I can't believe Yulin's sleeping in VR.
I can. It's so comfy and nice. So you can only see the tattoo at the edges.
Hasn't been doing it as much lately.
People just keep running in circles around you. Oh my god, Thunderi. Doesn't she sleep in VR every night still?
I haven't seen her on lately. I think she's waiting for big screen. Make it more comfortable.
Oh. That measuring thing sounds interesting. I'll keep that noted for OC, maybe. Yeah, Zai, so it's like a measuring stick on the front, and at the different inch marks you have a word. So like at 1 inch it says, is it in? At 2 inch it says, kind of small. At 3 it's like getting there. 4 it's like more. 5 it's like, harder. And then at 6 it's like, oh god. And then 7 it's oh fuck. And then like 8 it'll say like pregnant or something like that. Just like a scale of like pleasure. You've seen that before? Definite idea? Hi, Space
It's silly.
Fish. It's silly. There's a really funny thread of somebody who posted it with just a close-up of a tummy. And then somebody's like, let me fix that for you. And they scrubbed off all the words. And it just said like, sex, ow, too much. And like too much was at 3 inches or something. And then after that, it was like dead. Because like they thought if
they're trying to be realistic.
They're trying to be realistic, but then somebody like thousands of people respond to this with like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And it was like all size queens responding with videos of them taking like 2 inches of dildo in themselves, and I was just like, "That is fantastic thread." What? Yeah, so turns out if you kind of train yourself to take in large amounts of dildo, you can take in large amounts of dildo.
Who knew?
So how's everyone doing?
So how is everyone doing? Why would you redeem it
Oh,
then?
this late?
Zai, I was literally like saying I'm thinking about ending. Like how people train themselves for horses. Okay, I'm going to assume you're talking about riding horses and not like actually having sex with horses. People should not be training themselves for having sex with horses. This is Chad being weird, not me. The last time I heard about a guy trying to have sex with a horse, they died. They literally
I was
had
gonna say,
their...
I think I saw that on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah, it was the shock values that were coming out. And it was Mr. Hands and Mr. Happy, and one of them just takes a horse and fucking has his colon ruptured.
Yeah.
Most people that are into bestiality are putting their dick in the horse, but... Oh, they make dildos modeled after... No, that's fine, you know? Fuck, hell yeah for that. That's not a sadly at all.
That kind of falls under monster.
Mm-hmm. You've got an idea for weird stream, so it's not too bad? Hell yeah. No, I'm all in support of weird dildo shapes. It's when you actually go use a real horse, it's like, hey, hang on, buddy. Well, you can't be doing that. But if it doesn't hurt anybody, hell yeah. You recently found out that they make
Including
them actual
yourself.
size, and that just seems unhealthy. Here's the thing, Derry. There's no cock like horse cock to send your asshole into shock. That's a song, by the way. It's a song of there's no cock like horse cock, send your asshole into shock. I mean, so you cannot just take that. You literally can't just like take a dildo of that size your first time. You have to work up to it. You have to basically train your butt. You need to like master the skill of like relaxing muscles, which kind of leads to problems, things called prolapses, which are really gross to talk about. But there are people that they're into that. They want that, they can work toward it, and they get it. Meat Fox is going to have to practice a bit then? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Zai. Rin. Her name is Rin. You can just call it a pink sock. Calling it a pink sock sounds worse. I don't like thinking about that at all. Yeah. Now I'm like, I need to change the topic. What is there to talk about? Here's something crazy. I saw a news story yesterday of a nice Moogle ball. Yeah. I saw a news story yesterday of a woman trying to kill her husband. So they had life insurance, and he noticed one day his coffee tasted weird. And so he was like, okay, well, my wife prepares my coffee, so we're going to put a camera on her and see what's going on there. Because this coffee tastes really bad. Turns out she's putting bleach in his coffee. And so he sets up a camera in a few places and records her literally putting bleach, not even like subtly. Like she's preparing the coffee, reaches below the countertop, gets the bleach out, puts 2 cups of it in the coffee pot, puts the bleach back, and serves him literally this cup of coffee. And so he's not drinking it, of course, because now he knows. He's like, yeah, what the fuck? Well, I said 2 cups. It's not like a full cup of coffee. It's like the little cap cup. So I don't know what that would be, a teaspoon or a tablespoon. He records her putting bleach in the coffee. And then he goes to the police and he's like, yeah, my wife is putting bleach in my coffee and trying to kill me. Please arrest her. And they look at the video and they're like, we can't really tell if she's putting bleach in it. It's not clear enough footage. It's really clear footage, but they were like, this isn't conclusive enough. So he's like, okay, you want more footage? I'll get more footage. He sets up more cameras. And then he even like takes his coffee pot and does a pH test of it with like residuals, and you can see that the pH test is turning purple, which means it's fucking bleach. And so he brought this to the authorities, and they arrested her, and so hopefully she'll go to jail for some time. The other thing though is all these news stories reporting on it though, because of like slander laws, they can't just say, even though there's just mountains of proof of her doing this, they can't say, woman tries to poison her husband with bleach. They have to say, woman allegedly tried to poison her husband with bleach to claim life insurance. It's like, there's so much proof of it, and they can't just say, yep, that's what she did, because she hasn't been proven guilty. It was so weird. I saw Moist Critical talking about it. The whole thing looks like, damn, that sucks, because like this is his fucking wife, the person you trusted the most, and she's just like, nope, going for the life insurance. But I just too many talk about allegedly. I want to end stream. I'm like super tired and I want to sleep, but at the same time I'm like, he just redeemed Kupo. He just redeemed it. I have to go a little bit longer, right?
Those things. I feel like it's just one of those things to say, look how many points I had.
Just do it next stream? No, we're not doing it next stream. Next stream, it's going to cost 21,000. Refund it easy? I don't actually even know how to refund it. I don't want to refund it. I want it to be like, hey, you use it at the end, you get the end of it. But it's Zai, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to I don't want to send a precedent of refunding it at the end or using it next time. But I don't want Zai to be the example of, you gotta be careful with your points, don't spend them at the end. You like thighs? Here's what I'll do. I'll end now, but I'll find some thigh pic to send to Zai later. It's about the message? Okay. We're gonna end. We're gonna get up and we're gonna end. Where is behavior? There it is. Aeon's over there. These three are here.
Where are we going to, Mr. Streamer?
We're looking at the moon. It's not all that centered, but oh well. Where are we going? We're going to see. We're gonna see who's live. If Mrs. is still live playing Banjo-Kazooie, I'll tell you right now we're going... Because that's what he was playing when I started. Yep. Mrs. is playing Banjo-Kazooie. That's where we're going.
What the hell? I'm going there right now.
Banjo-Kazooie the game or the VR chat map?
The game. Okay. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. What was it, 5.9 miles? I can get up and check that real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5.9 miles. Where's my camera? Can I stand in front of my camera? No, it's like right there at the edge. I can maybe get in a little. Whoa. Yeah,
Just enough to see the bobble.
Returned with ravioli. Hell yeah, Aeon. We're ending. We're heading off to Mrs. He's playing Banjo-Kazooie. I saw it this morning. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Because I've just, ever since that Banjo-Kazooie map, I've just been in a Banjo-Kazooie mood. Listening to the music and whatnot. But yeah, we're going to go there. Thank you, everybody, for keeping me company. I love you. Bye. Whoa. Oh, I didn't actually click on Mrs.